I hear you.
It's when you just try to squeeze in every little thing in your day.
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking scorpions, man. Fucking poison? Really? God damn it, come on, fucking world events, man. I mean, in this, again, it's a looter, you know, going back to Anthem, it's a looter, so, you know, it's got the elements, like there's world events, which essentially are public events, you know what I mean, there's fucking, it's not like they have, like, crazy exotic quests or anything like that, none of that shit like that's in the, you know, but hopefully that'll be in the second, you know, or the 2.0 iteration. But it's still, nonetheless, like, it's still extremely fun, man.
I can't wait. Like, I'm legit, like, planning on going to bed now, so I can just let the game download so I can play tomorrow.
Yeah. It's fun, man. It is fun. Like, don't let people fool you. Even FaZe had to take some words back about it, because, you know, you didn't play the shit. I told you when it came out that the shit was good. It's just was lacking. You know what I mean? It was lacking. I don't. But you want me to play fucking Fall Guys? Get the fuck out of here! I'm not playing that silly ass fucking shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, just trying to pop a blood vessel, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Fucking raging at this fucking pink ass game. Colorful ass shit.
Oh shit. The one thing about like video editing, right, is like if you have to review footage, it's probably the worst part about video editing because you're not just watching the same clip once. It's not like a once and done. You're going back.
You're watching it.
Yeah, watching.
Oh,
Like that 15 minutes becomes 30. Maybe it might become 45 because you never know because you're going back. You're like, oh, did I cut it right? Oh wait, does that make contextual sense? Like, what's happening? Like, and then yeah, sometimes like I was going through because like for the YouTube channel, like it's a stoners challenge, so like everybody smokes in the green room and then they come onto the set. Okay. And then they have to resist eating all the like all the chocolates or treats or whatever.
Sounds like torture.
Yeah, it does. And then like the second one was strawberry Coke from Japan. So like because you're and then it keeps going on. There's tiramisu, the Oreos. That was one of them. Then it was Apple Jacks with marshmallows cereal.
Oh man.
Then yeah, so like they bring out some bangers, and then what was it? The winner, whoever doesn't eat anything and just waits till the end, gets a Supreme Oreo, and like it's like an $8 cookie.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like you get to open the package.
Though, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it does. But like you got because right now I went over because each contestant had over like it's just raw footage, right? So there's no cuts. So each contestant, it was always in pairs of two. So you have to like not only are you trying to take so each video would be 23 minutes, 22 minutes long. So you have to divide that into two. So you have 11 minutes each of those people that you're supposed to take at least 3 minutes of those time. Like my boss told me, he's like, everybody needs showtime. He's like, you have to calculate how much showtime everybody has. They have to have an equal amount. So if you have 3 minutes of this person, you have to have 3 minutes of this person. If you don't use all the footage, so that means that you only have like 1 minute and 40 seconds. You have to mimic that for the person that.
Yeah, no, that's
like, I was like, damn. And then I kept going over and over, and I finally finished it. Like, finished the draft, really. Just reviewing footage and then going back and forth because you don't want to just watch two people for like 4 minutes and then next people for 4 minutes.
For sure.
So I'm trying to keep it flowy. So I don't know. Like I took down like over 2 hours worth of footage, and I put it down to like 8 minutes so far.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah, and now I'm on the Oreo part. So like I'm hitting the 12 minute mark, and which is good because we want to at least have maximum 16 minutes videos.
Yeah.
So like at least I'm meeting the quota because like for YouTube algorithms, if you want to be a series, like you have to be more than 10 minutes to actually gain a lot of like views.
Okay.
For it to be a featured thing or for it to be categorized into those like.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
To be like somebody wants to search stuff like that. Yeah. No, I feel you.
So yeah, it's like a bunch of that, and then there's just more stuff. Like people want me to make them business cards. This girl was like, "Oh, I'm in Vancouver, like arts or whatever, like the university. I have a video project." I'm like, "Okay, I'm $20 an hour." And she's like, "Okay, cool." I spent 8 hours on our video, and it's already rush dress done. All I have to do is add the title, caption, and that's it.
Wow.
I just made $160.
Wow. Wow. Man. You got a skill, man. That's a skill too, because like everybody can't video edit. You know, everybody can't do that. I mean, they could, but they just, the time or the resources, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like for me, it was like because I never used Adobe Premiere ever. So like when I came over here, I told him like, "Yo, I use Sony Vegas. Like, I'll buy a copy." He's like, "Yo, dude, like that's like $200, $400, whatever." I'm like, "Okay."
Shit.
He's like, "We only use Adobe Premiere." I was like, "I never used Adobe, and I've always been intimidated from transferring platforms. Now that I've gone onto Adobe, I'm never going back. Like,
really?
this is like, It's like Photoshop, but for videos. Just like it's legitimately like
Okay.
identical. So like I was already into Photoshop because I was already designing T-shirts for my own company.
Okay.
So,
That's cool, man.
so yeah, so I decided to like just get Adobe everything, and then now I got a Mac.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
And then like everything's just flawless because they all use Mac over there, and the only time they use PCs is because they're video editing, like
Yeah.
for like 4K footage.
Yeah.
So like I got like a little work MacBook so I could at least do some 4K. Like I would have to really like use proxies to. So that's a setting in Adobe Premiere that you could use. So what it does is like it takes your footage of 4K and it downgrades it to like
Sure.
for you to preview it to like 720p so you could actually do your edits.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
But yeah, it's just a bunch of learning, and then I figured out like how to make the coolest transition, and it's so cool because it's like you could make your own transitions. It's not like you're set to presets or you're set to like buying stuff that people made or having to like either learn After Effects from Adobe or getting somebody that knows After Effects to make you those things. It's just like me, I'm just going through, you could just go on YouTube and be like how to make a transition with what was it? I forget what it's called, but kind of like effects panel.
Oh man. Sounds easy enough.
Is that the app can do, and then being creative with it.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
So yeah, like if you have any footage, because like I have so much GTA footage on my stuff, like just think of like just starting like a channel or something, just like a bunch of friends, like we could all have our own piece.
That's the thing. Like I've just recently started streaming. Like I'm streaming right now. I've got one guy in here. He's only been in here for a few minutes, but he's not said anything or anything. But hey, guy, what's up, bro? But like I just started really messing with it, dabbling with it, But I don't know dick about video, editing or shit like that. So. And if you want to be big with that streaming and stuff like that, you gotta know somebody who can clip stuff together. I mean, I heard it's easy to learn. You know what I mean?
It is. It is. But like,
and I'm
it's
good with
tedious.
computers
It's
and shit like that. Like, but I don't have a nice computer right now. I don't. I just have my PlayStation. That's it.
Yeah, I feel you. No, but like, if you really want some help or anything, I could totally give you some help because I got free lessons and all that stuff. So like.
Yeah, man, that'd be. I know FaZe messes around with it and stuff too. Like, I don't know to what degree, but
he does really good for like what the PS4 could offer, and I know that he could get his content way better because the bit rate of the whole fucking the PS4 compresses the shit out of the video footage, so like it always becomes muddy. So like, what I like to do is I always like to go to like for starters, it's easier. Just record like from your PS4, then transfer to a USB, which takes forever.
Sure, yeah.
And then you go from there. You could just like put it to your computer, and then you could have your full raw footage like that, rather than like compressing it through this app, and then for that app to work for the processor that it has in the PS4, it has to like downgrade it and make it super compressed, just so it could actually render.
Yeah, sounds like a pain in the ass.
That's why I'm like, I know that Skylar could get better footage just by exporting it and putting it onto a computer.
Yeah,
that's as easy as it gets for quality. So, yeah. If you want like, if there's some way to like, if you, let's say you have like one of your like Friday nights and like everybody's online and then you start live streaming it, see if you could download the file and then put it into like a Google Drive folder or something and then share it to me, and then I could just work on it as for fun and make you some highlights.
Alright. That sounds good, man. That sounds really good.
Highlights,
Yeah, man, that sounds really awesome, man. I appreciate it. I will take you up on that,
Okay, cool, cool. I'm trying to like expand my knowledge for the app and everything, and just
Yeah.
trying to take on as much as I can, just so I could
Then that's
understand
good. That's
more.
good, man. Because from every aspect, every facet and aspect is good. More knowledge, the more successful you'll be in it. And it sounds like you know what you
Mm.
want to do with it. You know, and it could turn into so much more than what you know. You know what I mean? Like it could.
Bro,
All you need is one
I'm
guy
dead
to be like,
serious.
oh man, this guy, and then
Mm-hmm. I think my biggest thing is that I really want, like, cause I'm always driving, right? I'm always driving
mm,
my car, listening to music, listening to the sound of my car. I'm very like, I don't know how to say it, but like, it's when you're like kind of like into music, but like in a way that it is kind of like how you see, like it's your new lens.
yeah, yeah. No, I
So
definitely,
like,
yeah.
every time I do night drives, I think about like nighttime videos, glamour shots, different types of roll shots and stuff like that, and like
Mm-hmm.
giving a car an attitude because it's nighttime, it's a scene, and then you have your music. So like you could take any song, like you could play during the day footage, and that's a different vibe. And if you play it during night, it just seems more like, ooh, like this
Yeah,
is different, like, you
yeah.
know.
Definitely right.
So my plan is like I want to make movies one day, but like
Mm-hmm.
it it's gonna be filmed in such a way that it's gonna be based around the music. It has to be based around the music because what I've noticed throughout my entire life is that I've always listened to music. And I've always listened to music in trend and like in during my transportations and stuff like that. So like
Yeah.
if a movie was like kind of based around that aspect, I think that would be pretty cool. Cool.
No, that's actually an interesting idea, man. That's not like, I've not seen or heard anything like that, that's very interesting. And that's what it needs.
Mhm.
That's what you need, man. Just like ideas, you know, whatever you gets your creative juices flowing, smoke a blunt bowl, whatever. And then,
Mhm.
you get your creative juices flowing and great ideas, My sister fucking, she's better than me. She's much better than me. She fucking pulled herself up and she fucking went. Her and her boyfriend moved to LA. She
Mm.
got accepted to LA Film School, and he literally is like running. He started as a bud tender, but now he's like running a fucking shop. You know what I mean? Like
Oh
literally,
shit.
he literally sent me a picture the other night of his first grow himself. So he's out there doing it big. You know what I mean? Like all it takes is the drive
Mm-mm-mm.
and the idea. And the
Mm.
want to fucking do it, and then somebody to notice it.
For
Somebody to
sure.
notice it, and if you're doing it right and you're doing it with your heart and you're enjoying it, then somebody will for sure. They've got to. They've got to.
Yeah, yeah,
They've got to.
for sure. And like I totally believe in it because like I've been manifesting like life,
Mhm.
if that makes sense. Because I've been always searching something like a purpose, and always been like dealing with like depression, this and
Yeah,
that.
I feel you on that,
Like
man.
so, like in and out of the hospital, going on medication, getting off medication, going back on medication, going through therapy. So it's just like always like I've always had the same question at the end of the day with all my therapists. It was like I don't know why I'm here. Like I feel like it's a waste of time.
Yeah.
And
You sound like
like
me right now, man. Sound like me right now. Sound like me
so
right
like
now. And you're in better shape though, because you're honestly you're younger than me, and you're like, well, let me do something about it. Me, I just kept fucking sticking my dick everywhere and drinking and hanging out and wasting a lot of time. And now I'm 33 and talking about going into the military. So, because I don't,
ah shit.
to be totally honest. So, that's probably what I'll do. I'm probably gonna set up the ASVAB in September and probably go to the army.
Okay. Like what division or like what area like you're gonna go
I'm
into?
just gonna probably just go straight into the army. I don't really want to go infantry. I'm older, so
Okay.
a lot of my army friends like they won't like try to put me infantry because I'm older. Not that I'm old, but it's just I'll get more not priority, but they'll give me more of a choice. You know, just it all depends on how well I score in the ASVAB apparently. So, and I'm sure I'll score fine. I'm sure I'll do fine on the physical fitness, which I got to get ready for.
Mm.
But that's I've wasted a lot of time. You are doing what you're supposed to do, you're on the right track. And just keep that like in the same energy. I wish I would have like had that energy a little bit younger. I had like I didn't like get in trouble and stuff like that, but I just like didn't do much, you know. Like I would work a job for like a year and be like, I'm fucking done, and then go fucking work another job. And, I'm fucking done, you know. I never really stuck with anything, so I can do a bunch of shit. Like I excel at whatever I do. Like no lying. Whatever I do, I excel. But like I get bored easily, and you know, once I'm done and bored, like I'll start giving less fucks about the job or whatever I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like.
You sound like me, bro.
Yeah. Well, you know, keep doing what you're doing. You'd be better than me, man. You know.
No. We're all the same. We're all the same. We're all equal, bro.
Yeah.
We all have time to shine, bro.
Yeah.
That's real, though. That's real talk. Like, honestly, like, there's people that are in their 60s that are just waking up. Like,
yeah.
Like I told myself I'd rather fuck up in my 20s and then live in my 30s telling the same story I'm telling now. Me, like, I made it.
Yeah. No, and that's
like I'd rather fuck up 3 million times and succeed once than
that's all it takes.
Than never try.
That's
you
all
know?
It takes that one time to be like, you know, I did it, and after that,
yeah,
you're gonna do it again, you know, because after that, you know, you can do it. So
yeah. And then just profit.
Yeah, you're right about that. You know, fight with what you can and can't do, you know.
Exactly.
I'm usually pretty positive. Like, you know, things like COVID has like kind of been like an eye opener when it comes to a lot of things, you know, relationships and friends and people. And,
tell me about it. I think that was one of the biggest motivations too about the move, like moving from coast to coast.
Yeah,
was like, I'm like, yo, it's COVID. Like, barely any people are gonna be on the street. Like, it's gonna be safer to drive. I just started seeing all the positivities about, like, even though it's like a big negative thing, and it's like a freaking global pandemic, right?
Yeah.
But like, in a sense, like, everybody's somewhat blessed that who hasn't been affected. Take this time to pick your shit up, like, do what you gotta do, you know?
You're definitely right.
It's like, you know? Like, I've met people in Montreal, bro, that like legit. I seen it as a kid. I was like maybe like 8 years old, and they're still doing the same thing, bro.
Oh yeah.
And I just couldn't, like, I was like, no, I'm not staying in the same city for the rest of my life and not exploring Canada. Like, there's no way.
I feel you on that. Canada's huge, man. Canada's freaking huge, bro.
And I told myself, I was like, look, I got 5 years to fuck up before I'm 30. So.
Well, you better get your fucking up and just. I tell you this: don't have kids, man.
Oh no!
Don't have kids, man. Not to say that they're not, like, you know, because I love my son. Obviously, I love my son to death. I wouldn't put him back in my balls if I could, you know. But he's, you know. But it'd be a lot different. My life would probably be a lot different, especially since I had my son so young. You know what I mean? I had my son at 19. You know, and that's, I mean, I know people who've had kids younger, but you know, it put a damper on a lot of things that I wanted to do, you know. So, because I had something I had to do. So.
No, 100%.
And now, like, and even then, I still didn't do everything I needed to do, you know, because like I wouldn't be sitting here at 33 talking about going in the military. But I know if I go in the military and do 10 years, like I feel like I would. But I come out at, you know, 50-ish, and my son is straight. You know, he's you know, I can, even before then, you know, even before coming out of the military, I could secure a future for him, you know, like, as far as college and opportunities and stuff like that.
You know, for sure.
You know.
like you're like the perfect figure for like a father. Like, I want to follow your kind of ways of thinking, and like you meet so many people with so many different ideas, and like it kind of like helps you figure out who you are as a person, right?
Yeah.
And it's just this conversation alone, kind of like it's another eye opener. It's just like wow, like we're similar in certain ways, and we have similar ideas and like the way we kind of perceive life and how we want to act in it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm a big people person, a big proponent of people. I say I'm a people pusher because I like, I'll talk my shit to people, but I rarely like, have ill will or bad meetings with people. You know what I mean? So I just, even when I'm not doing right, I'm never doing you wrong. You know what I mean? So that's how I feel. I try to treat everybody fairly and try to be a decent human being. Yeah, some people just miss that point.
Oh,
some people really just miss that. I don't know. Rambling at 5 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, but just keep your like, don't just wear a condom because that shit is gonna change your life, man. That shit is gonna change your life, and she may be the one. If you, I'm not saying that, but you never know. It could be amazing. Puts your penis between your legs and gives you the best blowjob. But but seriously, don't have no kids, man. Not until you're ready, or until you're straight in life.
Yeah, I need to be straight. There's no way, like, with all this shit going on right now, like, I'm, like, not tomorrow, I'm gonna hook up with somebody, yo, let's have a family, like, nah. I'm not ready for responsibility like that, nah.
Bro, no, man, because, one, you're just, like, getting a hold of, like, what you want your career to even remotely look like, and that could drastically change, or be put on hold. Not to say that you wouldn't realize your dreams eventually, but hey, Lego. But it would be put on hold or change in any way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's
like
not
my goals
would
would take a longer time.
Yeah,
for sure.
And that's not what you want. You want to bring him into the world where you're straight.
Yeah, like where I could actually guide him and actually show him how to do it, not like do it while I'm fucking up.
Exactly. Why he doesn't have to watch you struggle, or work so hard. He knows. He'll just know that damn, my dad has, my parents, my dad, whoever, he's fucking busted his ass, and I get, this is how we live.
Because like he just busts his ass so hard, like, oh shit, maybe I should get a job. Like, it maybe give him influence to do something for himself. He's like, you know what? Like,
oh yeah,
my dad could provide all this shit. Like, if I want video games, like, I'm not asking him.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna give you a job. Like, I'm gonna pay for my own video games. That's kind of a kid that I wanna like raise. Is just like show them responsibility and just be like at an early age,
Yeah.
Just so they understand the real world. Like, I don't want school to like kind of like give them. Honestly, personal opinion, high school was a fucking waste of my time.
Yeah,
like, as soon as I went into grade, like, the second year of high school, I was like, yo, like, I could be making money right now. Like, this is a waste of my time.
Yeah, I wish they had offered more, like, alternative stuff, like, alternative schooling, Like me, I did just enough in school to play sports, because I was, sports. I played a lot of sports and I hung out, but it was just like when I wasn't playing football or wrestling or something like that, I was just fucking hanging out. I didn't bomb my classes, but I also didn't do as well as I should have and could have. And I regret that. I think again, I agree with you. I think it was a big waste of time, but I could have used the time better myself. I know that for sure. I know I could have used the time better, I learned a lot.
If we were to go back, like, we would do better, right? We would excel.
Yeah, they also didn't teach us the things, like, real things that we should know. Like, but that's school everywhere, I think. I don't think they're teaching what needs to be taught, you know what I mean? Like, real life lessons and, But they can't, because people will be like, you told my son that he needs to, talk about his 401k, and, I don't know. It sounds silly, but, you'll get those people who are like, don't teach my son real shit, he's a child. I'm like, well, sir... Your son is a child, but he's going to grow up to be a grown-ass man. And if you don't want him to be a disgusting individual and have some type of knowledge, then you should let me tell him what I have to say. Like, some people are just so, like, Well, keep your damn kid home then. COVID's perfect then for you then. If you want to fucking shelter your damn
You
child like
inbred
that.
fuck.
Exactly. Reading from the book of dad, you know, some old bullshit. Telling them some lies you heard in fucking 78. Like, some bullshit. Some crazy bullshit. Like, people do that shit, man. I know people who are homeschooled, man. They're some of the dumbest fucking people, and they like to say those people are smart. Those people are usually, like, Christian people, you know what I mean, who are, like, don't want their kids to go to school with, like, other normal kids, but they want to fucking cram Jesus down their throat by not, and not teach them anything about the real world, and, like, taint everything with the Lord. And, like, your kid, like my buddy Daniel, guy's a fucking asshole. Both his parents are preachers. Guy's a fucking asshole, you know, but, you know, he came out weird, like, different. Like, they were all homeschooled up until, like, the 8th grade. They were all homeschooled. And, like me, I'm sorry, like, I would have been like, I want to go to school with the rest, you know, like, with the rest of the fucking kids. But
Yeah.
I know Daniel, he's a prick. Like, you know, he means well, but he's a prick. But he was raised by fucking sweet little Southern Christian folk, and all his brothers and sisters are fucking nice. Andrew's kind of a dick too, actually, now that I think about it. But anyway, you know, that doesn't mean just because you're raised by those folk, that doesn't mean you're gonna be a fucking angel or know all the shit. You know, you're not. If anything, you're gonna know less because they're not teaching you everything.
Exactly.
You know, just sitting you at home and reading from old pamphlets. Or I don't know how the fuck you homeschool your kid. I'm not gonna do that shit.
It takes brochures from McDonald's and shit.
Yeah,
It's
like, you know, just draw a picture for 30 minutes and what the fuck are you teaching? You know, I don't know. Who knows? Who knows why people do what they do? I guess it's their right.
Yeah, I guess, right?
If it was me though, like, I'd be like, I turned 15, 16. I'm like, why the fuck am I at home and not in school? Like, it sounds so ass backwards to say, because when we're at school, you're like, damn, I just want to go home. But if I was in homeschool, I think myself, personally, I'd be like, man, I'm done with this. I want to go to fucking school. There's chicks there. Like, there's fucking girls there. Like, you know.
There's life to experience. Like,
yeah, like
high school is kind of like a learning experience. Like, this is what the rest of your life is kind of gonna be. Like,
yeah.
kind of gives you like footprints, right? Of like,
yeah.
this is what it's gonna be like. And then you go
it's
to college.
a small
you're
sample
like,
of society. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Then you go to college. Then you go to university. You're like, yo, this is the same thing as high school, but
more freedom.
Stupider. More freedom, but stupider people.
Yeah, yeah. Who think they're smart because they're in college. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
Motherfucker, you just got here. You just got here, just like
bro,
me.
you're in social science, bro. Like, okay, let's go.
Yeah. Like, yeah, you know. I don't know. This place is a goddamn mess. This place is a fucking mess. You know? FaZe keeps saying it, and I agree with him. I need these aliens to either show their face or just wipe us out, because I'm fucking done. I'm almost done. Seriously.
Honestly, like, fuck. I agree with that. I agree with that quote.
Yeah, like, it sounds grim. Like, shit. As I sit here as a father, you know, it sounds grim, but, like, save my son the bullshit, you know what I mean? Save my son, you know, going to school and, you know, being called the N-word or some shit, you know what I mean? Like, just, not just, you know what I mean? Like, you know, it's just... I don't know. World's real ugly right now. I mean, I can't even say the world, you know, but it is. But, you know, my country's really ugly right now.
Yeah.
So, my country's really ugly.
Well, it's kind of bleeding into Toronto. It's bleeding into like a little bit of Vancouver.
I think it is. And that I think we're toxifying the world right now because of
like
this fucking guy. You know what I mean? Like, this fucking guy is telling
he's a
all
porn
the
star
people,
though.
Fucking guy.
The guy that died, like the guy that passed away because of the cop, like he was an actual porn star. Like he had nothing to do with anything like criminal, like just like a regular job, like you know, in the film business. Like, fuck off. No, let's put a knee to his neck.
Yep.
Like, okay, so the thing is, like, I'm interracial, right? Like, my parents are interracial, so like, my mom's Chinese.
Man. That's how I live.
And then,
I live my life.
my dad's French and native, like Mohawk
Okay.
native.
Okay.
So they met. They made me and my brother. Well, my brother first, then me. So I walk around like with this voice, and like I see my hands. I see like I don't see my face, right? Because
Yeah.
that's life, right?
Sure. Yeah.
So like I don't give myself an identity of like what people call race. The
Yeah.
only race I believe in is the human race,
Of
because that's
course.
what makes sense to me, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like there's animals, and then there's
And there's
humans, and
humans.
then
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
it, you know?
And and
But
it sounds
like
like a simple concept, but some people just don't really get it.
that's
You
the
know.
thing is like all my like when I grew up in Point Claire in Montreal, like like you had Muslims, you had Jamaicans, you had Greeks, you had Italians, like we're
Mhm.
all hanging out. We had Irish, we're all at the park,
Mhm.
like mixed, multicultural, everything. Like all the parents are like interracial too. And it's like, okay, like like to me, like that was life. Then when I went to high school, that's when the racial shit started coming out, and I started learning about all these different things. I was like, okay, like life is kind of harsh. Like,
Yeah.
doesn't seem like it's gonna get better from here.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely some things aren't fair, man, and I tell you, it's not. And I don't, I don't play. I have friends of all different colors. Not even, not no bullshit. Like I have more non-black friends than I do black friends. You know what I mean? To be
Mm-hmm.
totally honest, but it's just the way that I am and kind of way I end up carrying myself. But
Okay.
I don't like to play the race card at all. But there's a problem in my country right now. It's been there. It's been there for sure.
Oh
But this,
no, no, no! It's been there for a while,
it's
like
been there. But
since it started.
yeah, exactly. It was actually founded on that problem. You know what I mean? Like in a way.
Yeah,
You know
exactly.
what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Built.
yeah.
And so
Literally built. Yeah.
literally built on this. On backs of people that look like me.
Mm-hmm.
There would be no United States without people like me. Or
No,
immigrants, but people like me, there would be no United States. But there
no.
are people here who don't believe that I, belong here, or that this is completely their country, or they're superior to me. When that dude, dude, I'm not bullshitting. FaZe has seen me. I'm a good-looking guy. I'm a good-looking fucking dude, and I've had sex with a lot of white women. Like, no bullshit. And I've been on the internet and I've had conversations with people and they have just been like the most ugly, little sniveling, little piece of fucking trash that you could ever fucking, and he thinks he's better than me. You know what I mean? And I don't think I'm better than anybody, but this guy thinks and knows in his heart of hearts that because he's white, he's better than me. You know what I mean?
Ugh.
Like they literally believe that, and it's hard to wrap your head around that idea.
It does. It really
Know,
does. I don't understand it. Like, I
like
can't.
I don't treat people like that. I treat you literally the same. People like to say, "Oh, I'll treat you how you treat me." No, I will treat you better than how you treat me. I promise. I treat everybody like that. Like, but I don't understand how, like, it's just a fucking mess, man. And that's why I need to get the fuck off Facebook, because I end up cursing people out on the daily or just angry. My dad actually had a stroke today, and
Oh no.
it really messed me up. And
Is
they
he
had
good
to
though?
like
He's
life.
good now?
Yeah, he's better than he was. He was unresponsive for a while earlier,
God
and
damn. My bad, bro.
yeah, he's fucking, and he's only 60 years old, and he's like, invincible. Like he never gets ill. Like he's invincible. He's where I say I get my invincibility from. You know what I mean?
Go.
So he had a stroke today, and they ended up like having to life flight him to another hospital, and they had a procedure, and they cut a part of his skull to relieve some pressure, and apparently he's doing much better. But he
Okay.
lives in New Jersey, and I live in North Carolina, so it's like same
Okay.
coast, but
Yeah,
and I can't go.
distant.
But I'm and then while I'm dealing with that, I'm also having people tag me in things on Facebook where I'm like, it's the stuff that's going on in Kenosha where they just shot the guy 7 times in the back, and
Oof.
like you just fucking he's still alive, but like he's paralyzed, and like they shot him in front of his kids, all this shit, dude. But you
Oh my
got these
god.
fucking white people, man, and I live in the South too, bro. I live in the South. You know, so you got these fucking people who are just disgusting. Like, I can't even say some of the stuff. Like, I don't want to. And I'm
Okay,
fucking sitting
yeah.
here arguing with these people, and there's comes a point where I'm like, you know what? My dad's in the hospital. Like, I don't fucking need this bullshit. Like, I don't need this extra fucking silly, ignorant bullshit. And it is a reality of my day-to-day life, because no matter what people say, as nice as I am, as how many white friends as I have, you know what I wake up every day? Black. You know, it's nothing I can, you know what I mean? I'm black as
Yeah.
hell when I go to bed, and I'm black as hell when I fucking wake up in the morning. And you can't tell me that, you know, my experience isn't real or isn't valid when you're literally watching it on TV every week. You know, like, don't fucking bitch to me about some guy burning down a Target. Fuck that Target. Target ain't done shit for me. You know, what the fuck is Target done for? I bought a game there. Fucking whoop-de fucking do. Target ain't done shit for the, you know what I mean? Like, people bitching about,
exactly.
why are you rioting and burning down your own community? Well, first of all, we don't own any of that stuff. You know, and you know, the occasional small business owner, you know, their shit'll get fucked up, and I feel bad. But you know, at the same time, man, people that look just like me are being killed and murdered in the streets, bro, and nobody's doing anything about it. Nobody's fucking doing anything about it. And I'm sorry, I'm going off on a tangent, but people just, it's a really bad time in America, and it shouldn't be like this, and I've never felt like this before. I've never felt so angry, and I'm not the angry black man, but I've never felt so angry in my life than how I feel lately. You know?
No, I can only imagine. Like, I cannot fathom, like,
And so
what
you
it's
said
like.
it right there, like they try to, and that's when they can't understand it, right? So they're like, oh fuck it, it's not real, since I can't understand it and I can't relate to it, it doesn't exist, it's not real, you know. And I'm like, you can't, that doesn't,
Just because it doesn't affect you does not mean that it's fiction.
exactly. Like, you think
It's
all of
not
us
how
just
that
get
works.
together? Oh, we go to our monthly black people meeting that we have, and we say, oh, we're gonna fucking, how we're gonna fuck with the whiteys this month? You know, let's just make up some bullshit about police brutality that's been going on forever. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, and it sucks because some of these people at one point were my friends. You know what I mean? Like, at one point when
Oh,
you're in
shit.
school, like, things were different. You know, you might crack a joke here and there, but like, things were different. My school was actually very multicultural for a, you know, country little town in the South. We didn't have like no fights because that boy was white or that boy was black. You know, it was fights because both y'all are dickheads and y'all fought. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't have fights in high school. I was friends with everybody. I played sports, but I was also friends with the fucking weirdos that nobody wanted to talk to. I was also friends with the goth kids that all sat together and wore black and sat under the tree at lunch. You know what I mean? I would fucking go and hang out with those kids. Cause, you know, fucking, why not? Why the fuck not? That guy probably can tell me some shit I don't know. And I knew that shit when I was young. You know what I mean?
Yo, I did the same thing in high school. I just couldn't find a group that I wanted to be with, so I just wanted to be with everybody.
Yeah, I did that shit on my own. I was like, you know what, man? I don't have to, just because I play football doesn't mean I have to sit with my boys at lunch. I'll grab my pizza and go holler at y'all, and then I'm gonna go outside and see what the fuck everybody else is doing. You know, I don't know. It's just.
I like that. I like that about you. That's cool. That's cool.
You know, I've always been like that. Always been like that. I like to have people, like, if you look at my Facebook friends list, you'll see, like, damn, this dude really has, I don't have many Asian friends, unfortunately, though, because I'm just not very, I don't live near an Asian hub, if you will, so not too many Asians move to this small little town where I live, so, but other than that, like, I have some, like, you know, I have a lot of different friends that are a lot of different colors and, you know, mixed race and all that shit. So, you know, my mother and we found out that my mother is mixed race. We always knew she was light skinned. She didn't know her father, but my mother is white and Native American. We always wondered why she was so light skinned, you know. But I'm dark. You couldn't tell. You couldn't tell. I'm dark. But my mother is like yellow. You know what I mean? Like, it sounds funny, but she's yellow. So like I am, and my son is mixed. You know what I mean? My son is biracial, and you know, he's had to deal with that shit from his own other side of the family. His cousin Brandon, they're the same age. I think Brandon might be like a month or two older than Jeremy. So they're both 14, but he might be a month or two older. Anyway.
Okay.
And Brandon was, trying to show off in front of their friends one day, and fucking called Jeremy a nigger. And Jeremy's a big kid. Yeah, my son's a big kid. I'm 6'1". His mother's like 5'11", and he's like solid. Jeremy's big, and he's already maybe like 5'9", 5'10". He's probably 5'10".
Oh shit.
He's 5'10".
Okay,
right?
he's a big kid.
Yeah,
big kid.
In the 8th grade, he's 5'10". Probably one of the biggest kids in his class. And his cousin Brandon's a fucking little pipsqueak. And what did Jeremy do? He went to his cousin's ass, and I know his mother separated them for a while. His mother and her sister, they separated them for a little while, and Brandon had to learn. And now they're cool, and Brandon ain't gonna say that shit to Jeremy anymore. And he probably should think about saying it. Period. You know what I mean? Like, like it's just like silly stuff like that we deal with here, man. Like. Especially in the South, because they're still ass backwards in most ways. That's just a hot mess, man. I don't know.
Now you got the COVID going around, and like
now you got that.
They got like hate against the Chinese community, hate against the black community. It's like, guys, like, can we just fuck off and we just work as like a Earth, like just. Let's just get this over with. Yeah. Like, can we just all, like, everybody that's prejudiced, like, we should have the virus, like, should have just attacked everybody that's prejudiced against all, like, races.
I wish the virus was that smart to fucking be able to discern who's a fucking piece of garbage and who's not, because, that could be a great biological weapon. It really could.
It
could
dude.
Be an awesome biological weapon.
It would be the most powerful weapon in the world.
Yeah. Seriously.
It would legit, like, it would honestly probably kill your president.
Yeah. I wish that would be the, if anything, if they said, hey, we're going to kill 50 million people or Donald Trump, I'm like, man, of course, I think I'm posing that wrong. What am I saying? Anyway, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You know what I mean, like. Yeah. We could save Donald Trump or fucking kill 50 million people. I'm like, yo, I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. Y'all might have to go because we need to get this man out of here. It sounds really bad, and of course I wouldn't make that horrible decision, but he's the one who's and that's why I was saying it's a global thing now, because it's like white nationalism, right? And I don't want to just be like, oh, it's the white guy's fault, because I'm not gonna say that, but those are the ones who think that they're better than everybody else. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
I know
they literally think that they're better than everybody. And again, I got a lot of white friends, a lot of white buddies. My son's half white. I'm not racist at all. Never been, never will be. Nobody can ever say that to me. But there is a problem with that white nationalism and that white supremacy, where they think that they are better than anybody who is not a white man. And white women too, they do that shit too. They just fucking listen to their husbands and fucking play to that shit too. But I don't know, man. It's just ugly, man. Like, it's just ugly. I'm just tired of fucking arguing with people every day about the black experience. You can't tell me how I feel. You can't tell me how I feel. I don't know. Sorry, man.
No, it's okay.
Shit going on, man.
Oh, it's good to talk though.
Yeah. I appreciate it, especially I don't have like, I don't know. Fuck. I talk to FaZe about some stuff like this. FaZe gets a little silly sometimes. You know what I mean? Like he misses points. You know what I mean? I'm like, but he's not FaZe. He means well for sure. He always means well, always.
It's just he's a character. Like he has his own like way of just trying to make. He's trying to lighten the mood with dark humor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. And I know he's told me a little bit. He's been through some stuff too, from what I understand. So but I don't know. I would never try to tell him that his experience is less than my experience. You know what I mean? Ever. Ever.
No. the way that you experience something is completely different from the next person. Even if it's similar, it's not the same.
It's
You know what I
not the
mean?
same. It's not the same, you know. And
Yeah.
people are always like, why you gotta make it black and white thing? Well, because you know what? It fucking is. There are some things that are fucking straight up affected, and the outcome is tweaked by the person's color of it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you know, color of person's skin. Like it,
Mm-hmm.
I've literally seen it. I literally went on job interviews and like had to, you know, the back and forth emails. Oh, okay, you're gonna come in for this, that, and the third, right? All right, and then I talked to somebody on the phone, and obviously, you know, I sound really white. It's just I've always sounded like that, unless I'm like getting hood with it. But I mostly when I put on my business, like handling business voice, you couldn't tell that I was a black guy. I have showed up to interviews and like I know I'm gonna get the job. Like and they meet me and they're like, oh you're Michael. Oh okay oh fuck shit you know like literally and not gotten the job. You know like and not gotten the job. Not that I
Oh
wasn't
my
qualified
god.
or anything like that. Literally. You know what I mean? And I look around, or and I go and I look. I've literally done this with places. Look around and see who's they got working in that motherfucker. It ain't people like me. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Qualified like a motherfucker, but it ain't people like me. So I've experienced that. You know, and that's something a white guy my age don't won't understand. He won't get it.
Mm.
Because he's never been through it. Never been rejected.
No.
Never been rejected because of this color of their skin. And I could be fucking reading into it, but I know it when I see it. You know what I mean?
Oh
I know
yeah.
it when I see it. So, mm,
Like like I am mixed, but like if you look at my face, it's you'll either get two versions of me. Some people
sure.
say that I'm native, and then some people will say, "Oh, you're Chinese." But the
Okay,
people
yeah.
that know that I'm native, like
Mm-hmm.
they know is because they have family that is native. So they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, your cheekbones are very profound. Your eyebrows are like very like cavey. Like you look like a caveman, kind of like like
Just,
they
yeah.
overhang a lot, you know." And then
Exactly.
like they
You
just
know.
start pointing things out, and I'm like, okay, cool. Like a lot of Asian people, if you notice, they have a very flat forehead going towards their eyes. They're very like flat, like it's very like
Yeah.
flush.
And
Me,
you
it's like no, it's different. And they're like, oh, you are different. I'm like, yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Exactly. And like who the
But then people treat me differently too, man. Like
yeah.
it's really shocking. Like you walk up, like like, this is the voice you hear, right? You wouldn't expect me to be any other race besides white either,
Yeah.
you know?
Well,
And
yeah.
then
To be
like
honest, you know, I thought you were
yeah, like
similar to FaZe. You know.
no,
Exactly.
I'm a mutt. Like I look like a like I'm a fucking mutt, bro. But like I could walk in anywhere, and then like there's sometimes like you'll walk into like just like a like I don't know why I was in Gucci or anything, but I
Mm-hmm.
was just out with friends and we were going shopping and we went to Gucci, and you would just tell that like some of them look at you like just even like they don't want to serve you. I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
excuse me, can I help you? She's like, no, I'm busy right now.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, bro.
I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
what?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm like, yo, my friends here are spending like $1,000. Like,
Yeah.
you
Yeah. But,
can't give me something. Like, they're
yep.
like, yeah, they just refuse to serve you. They look at you differently,
Mm-hmm.
or when they greet you to the restaurant or something like
It's
that.
different.
Uh,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
oh, dude, it's different. Like you wait there for an extra 10 minutes. You're like, well, okay, why am I waiting?
Mm-hmm.
And then customers behind you get seated
Oh yeah, bro. Mm-hmm.
before you. It's like, what's going on?
Mm-hmm. I've had like I think just about all those scenarios happen.
Jeez.
I've been I have been with a group of people going downtown, like, cause I live like not too far from. I don't know if you like, you know, I know you're Canadian, but like college, you know how we love college football. We just love sports here.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I live
yeah.
not too far from NC State, so like right outside of Raleigh. So, you know,
Okay.
it's a big place to go down there and party, right? So years ago, I went down there with a girlfriend at the time, and like a group of friends. We were all different colors, but obviously more, there was a couple more white folks than the other ones. But then we had like two Indian guys, like girls, Spanish people. Like it was like 15 of us.
Okay.
Everybody, I shit you not, everybody got in the place except for me. And you know what he hit me with? He was like, "You can't wear white shoes in here." Dude, I'm wearing white shoes. You can't wear white shoes. My buddy was wearing fucking flip-flops. Like I had white dress shoes on. My buddy was wearing fucking flip-flops. And of course, my buddies and my friends came to my rescue, and they were all like, I actually ended up fighting the fucking bodyguard that night, and like nothing bullshit. Like I ended up fighting the bodyguard, and my girlfriend at the time was like punching him in the head. I know that guy forever has her ring marks in his head. If I see when I see Christina again before this life is over, I was like, yo, I know we fucked that guy up that one time, remember? because he got all ignorant and like, you know, didn't have to be all that, you know, it didn't have to be all that. But I was the only black male in the group. He let my Indian buddy John in, but my buddy Dave had fucking flip-flops on. I had white fucking nice ass dress shoes on because I had like almost like all white on that day because we had like dinner and all that shit. Dressed to the fucking T to get in this raggedy ass place, and this guy's like, can't wear white shoes in here. I'm like, what the are you fucking serious?
You don't see the drip right now?
Are you fucking serious? He's mad, that's why. He was mad because I had a pretty ass white girl on my arm. I was in a group with a bunch of, you know, different people having a good time, and you know, he's fucking angry, he's fucking, you know, and well, it was a whole bunch of factors. She called him a shrimp dick and all that shit. Cause he was like roided out and shit like that, and we still whipped his ass. Anyway, you know, but it's stuff like that that you know, that we face, like being turned away, like being treated differently when you go to a restaurant. You know, I definitely can definitely, you know.
Yeah, like I could relate to a certain level, but not to the level of like public execution style of like, you know, that's what it is, bro. It's legit public executions.
It's a war on us, man. It's a war on us. And
dude, honestly,
it's sickening. It's a fucking war on us, man. And it really breaks my heart. It breaks my heart.
There's the girl that I'm doing the video for. She's actually having a podcast that's really like trying to take a steer towards the Black Lives Matter, and she's trying to get the studio to be a part of it, and we're supporting that idea, and we're trying to get something in the works of. So I might be ending up in like the Vancouver News for like one of their freaking like protests or something. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I'm all about it though, because it's like as much as it is about the black community and how much they're being mistreated, it's just like, yo, as people, we should like come together and support this community.
Yeah.
Just to show that like we're fucking human.
Yeah.
We could tell what's wrong and what's right.
Yep. And that's what you know. We do have those allies. We just need more. Because they don't listen. Like I've said it to people 100 times. Like nobody listens when we protest. Like nobody listens when we kneel. Did anybody listen when we kneel? Colin Kaepernick got called how many N-words? 7 ways from Sunday. You know what I mean? He did it peacefully. He was told by Army vets to fucking do it peacefully. You know what I mean? Or do it kneel, so it's not seen as disrespect to the military, which is stupid anyway, right? And he did that. They still call them names. Doesn't work. Nothing changes. We go out in the streets. We march quietly and sit down in front of Capitol Hill. Try to have discussions. Nothing changes. Somebody gets killed next week, you know. And then motherfuckers start burning shit down, right? And then you want to fucking raise up and say, well, you shouldn't fucking be doing that shit. You shouldn't be fucking ruining people's businesses and shit. And again, like I said earlier, I have sympathy for that shit because I know that guy who fucking wanted to fucking start his cake shop, and he fucking got his cake shop going, and motherfuckers come and burn it down. But you know what, man? That's a casualty of war. I'm sorry. We have been getting killed in the streets, man. I'm sorry. Your cakes are not that important. I'm fucking sorry.
They're not.
You know, my
like, bro, you have
fucking
insurance. They're gonna cover the cost. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a shit?
Exactly.
And those insurance companies are basically run by the government anyways. Because in the end, who has the most money? Government. I don't care what anybody says, bro. Like, insurance companies, all that stuff, legitimately, all that funds is going towards the federal government.
Yep.
So, I don't give a shit. Whatever you guys are doing is basically the right thing to do, is to empty their pockets.
Yep.
Because you know what? They have too much goddamn money.
Hit them in the pockets. Hit them in the pockets. And
that's why it hurts. That's why it's all over the news now. It's because you guys are hurting them so much.
Yep.
And that's the thing, is like, I want to be a part of this movement because it's like, I believe in it. It's like, this thing is real. Like, I've been a part of this. I've had my own experiences. Your guys is way worse because it's a fucking war. And it's legit on your streets. Like, you go outside, it's like GTA, bro.
Yeah, quite literally.
And
Yep, quite literally, bro. And I'm tired. I'm just tired of fucking trying to defend it. I'm tired of trying to explain it. I'm just tired, bro. Like, and a lot of people are more tired than I am. And more importantly, what's more scary is they're angry. There's a lot more people who are more angry than I am. And again, I'm nice. I'm a nice guy, you know. And there are people who are not so nice, who have weapons, who are not afraid to kill cops and all that other crazy shit. You know, I'm not gonna put myself in that position. You know, I have been to some protests. I have marched quietly, but I have also left when the protests got too rowdy because a different group of people shows up. You know what I mean? And you know, again, I don't give what they do. Fuck it, I don't care. They fucked Raleigh up. They fucked Raleigh up. Like, I mean, you know what? You know what I said? Good, fucking good. I don't give a hot goddamn. You know why? Because them businesses, again, don't do. I go there and I may give you some money here and there, but you don't do shit for me. You don't put shit back into the black community. You don't fucking. You know what I mean? Like, it's not. I'm not missing out on nothing. People bitching about Target and burning down. Like, we don't own that shit. Black people don't own anything, bro. Here's a brief history lesson, man. I'm sorry. If you want to go to bed and tell me to shut the fuck up, bro. But there have been, you know how people like to say, you know, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. You can be anything you want to be. All you got to do is try, and you will succeed. And you know,
what a load of bullshit.
And what a load of bullshit. There's a monochrome of truth to it, right? But not for us. So there have been several cases in history. We'll say Tulsa, Oklahoma for one. I challenge you to just when we get off here, when you get a chance, look up the massacre in Tulsa. Dude, they literally. The U.S. government literally dropped bombs on one of our first black-owned towns or /cities. They dropped a bomb on us because we were making money, and it wasn't illegally. It wasn't selling. You know, it wasn't selling drugs. They were legitimate black-owned businesses, black-owned entrepreneurs. You know how they have Chinatown, right? Where they support each other and. You know, they buy from each other. They don't go outside the community. That's what black people were doing in Oklahoma.
Wow.
And we had literally done what they said the American dream is. Make something out of yourself. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. And they came in and they started murdering the leaders and fucking dropped bombs on us. And that is no fucking lie. I wouldn't lie to you. You can go look it up right now.
Massacre.
Yes, they killed us and destroyed all of our business, took our wealth that we had accumulated after they had told us that that's what we need to do to get it, and we did it, and they took it, and they fucking took it. And
wait, what is it? Massacre what?
It's like, it's a few cities. I know it happened in Tulsa, Black Wall Street,
1921.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude.
And it's not, and people say that shit is fake. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no, bro, no. And I may have some of the details mixed up, but that's the ultimate. That's what happens. Whenever we do something positive and we're doing things that are good for us and good for our community, what do? They literally systematically start eradicating us. You know why, bro? You really want to know why? Because they're afraid. They're afraid. And I'm not sure. And I know I said that they want to sound like they're better than anybody who's not white, and I'm not trying to say that black people are better, but they don't like it when we succeed, because when we succeed, we fucking succeed. If you can fucking, you look at whatever we do. I don't care. I hate the music now, but whatever we do it to the fucking fullest. You know what I mean? Like we kill it. Sports, we kill it. Everything. Music, we kill it. Entertainment, we kill it. You know, and they don't like that. They don't like that, and it's maddening. It's maddening and it's upsetting because I try not to be the angry black man, and I have so many white friends, and I don't want to lose, you know, my friends that I have and alienate anybody, but I don't see how. I don't know, man. It's just really ugly, and I'm just like.
It is though. It's just crazy. It's just honestly crazy. At the end of the day, it's just like, why is this a conversation? Like, this shouldn't have been, you know?
Exactly.
Like, fucking bunch of children running the world.
Yeah, quite literally. just a fucking hot mess, bro.
Like that massacre though, like what do you mean? Like legit, like on the photo itself it says, and this is even from history.com, on the History Channel. It says Little Africa on fire.
Yep. Little, and that's like, think about the title too. It's like racist as fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's an old headline, but it's racist as fuck. But it was literally where we had black entrepreneurs that had built wealth by having their own. We had black doctors, black business owners, black dentists, black everything. You know what I mean? And they weren't. It's not like they were excluding anybody, because people would come from other places and buy from black, which was fine. That's what we want. That's what we want, because it helps us. It helps us help you. You know what I mean? But they literally.
These photos, though.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, it's heartbreaking, and it make you angry.
Yo,
make you angry,
dude. It is making me angry. Like the freaking, they're writing like running the blank out of the Tulsa. Like yo, and the photo is insane.
Yeah, bro. And you know, you've seen, you know, our history is brutal. Our history is not what they like to say it is. Our history is lynchings. Our history is, you know, mob mentality, pictures of young black men mutilated in the streets, hanging by their necks with their genitals stuffed in their mouth. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, no bullshit. Like, war crime type stuff. Shit that the Geneva Convention has outlawed, you know, that they've done to us. And and we're supposed to, like, just be okay, you know, and shut up and just be happy, like, for what has happened to us, you know.
That's why they're so scared. It's because they've done so much wrong.
Exactly.
And so much ugly. That's uglier than most things. It's kind of like as ugly as Auschwitz and all that, like, whole shit. That they're like, yo, like, what if they come back?
And this woman, her name is Kimberly Jones. She's a Black Lives Matter activist, pretty big on the scene. She ended a powerful speech. She said, they're lucky that what black people want is equality and not revenge. And I felt it in my fucking soul. I feel it in my soul now. You are lucky that what we want is equality and not revenge. Because if we wanted revenge, it would be in trouble. You would really be in trouble. I don't care if we're outnumbered 10-1. You would be in trouble.
Oh, 1000%.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Like, I honestly believe in that.
That's all we want, man. To be treated and seen as equal. And there are people who literally don't believe it. That don't believe it. You know? Oh, man. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
Oh,
man.
good.
You know, if I can go down that road, we'd be like, FaZe, man, would you leave me in the party with that guy last night? You know?
It's crazy though, it's because like when you were talking about the like black culture goes hard in every single category, like sports, music, fashion, like every single category they're popping off right now. And it's kind of cool to realize that, like, I'm really influenced by your culture,
bro. And that's what I was just gonna say. Everything is like this comedian Paul Mooney said.
50 Cent.
Exactly.
I grew up on like every type of culture from that. Like from music, it was mostly just like, I don't want to be racist about it, but like it was just black.
Yeah.
It was just black.
There's nothing wrong with that, and we love that. We're not just making music for black people. You know what I mean? I'm not in the studio at all, but I'm not just, I love 50 Cent, but he wasn't just making music for niggas. You know what I mean? He was making music, and he was killing it. And, you know, and if some white people come along the way, we want to go along the ride. Right now. Exactly. You know, and if some white folks get on the bus and want to come ride along, they can come ride along. You know what I mean? As long as you don't go act a little crazy. But the thing is, this comedian said, this is so fucking, it's hilarious and funny. Everybody want to be a nigga, but don't nobody want to be a nigga. Right? Think about it, right? They emulate, they copy, and that's fine fashion. You got fucking white guys wearing fucking backwards hats, fucking sagging their pants. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm not telling you not to do that, man. Do you, man? If that's what makes you happy. But you got that from somewhere. Where'd you get it from? Where'd you get it from? Where'd you get your swagger from? Where'd you get the way you talk from? You know, and I'm not saying everybody just straight up copies, but we fucking set the trends for a lot of stuff, man. For a lot of stuff. You know, if white guys set the trends, bro, we all be fucking wearing Argyle sweaters and fucking cotton dockers and shit, and fucking Birkenstocks, or, you know, fucking Sperry's or some shit. I don't know. You know, I don't know. We don't get enough credit, and, you know, the credit that we get is always tainted, and we get no love back, man. I don't. As you can see, I got a lot to say, man. I need a platform.
You do. You do.
A fucking platform.
And there's multiple ways of getting this out and just having conversations, and like the first thing you should do is start looking into like podcasts and stuff like that, like just to like get it out there.
Yeah, I think so. That's you know, I don't even know where to begin. Maybe you were one of those people who could help with stuff like that. You know, I don't even know where to begin.
Honestly, like if you want to start podcasting, like all you gotta do is just get a microphone and record your voice and then publish it. That's all you really. And if you want to make it even better, you just cut it. You just cut like segments so you can make episodes.
I have a snowball somewhere. I have to fucking find it, but I have a nice snowball somewhere. Like,
if you just do that, make an account, start recording. Just record like 30-minute conversations or whatever. Like this whole conversation, like right now, like your post stream, you can make this into a podcast. You just take the audio, save it, and then just upload it to Apple Podcast, Spotify Podcast. That's it.
I might do that. I might specifically save this combo, man. Like, cause you know, I don't know. I kind of went off.
Yeah, no, but you went off and like on the things that should be spoken about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It should be brought to light. Like people should be having these conversations because like no one is. Like no one's gonna be like brave enough to just be free with their speech. Like now people are like I don't want to offend anybody. Like everybody's like hypersensitive and shit. Like no, fuck you and your feelings. Like this is reality. This is how it is. This is what people go through on a daily basis. Like
shit's ugly. You're gonna have to deal with it, man. You can't. And you know, some people are literally trying to hide from it. Like I understand not wanting to stir the pot and like get in the mix. Or, you know what I mean, like, go downtown. I'm not telling people to go downtown, because I'm not doing that shit all the fucking time. I've done it once. I'm like, I got the feel of it. You know, y'all motherfuckers be doing too much. And, you know, but I support you. Go. I don't care. Here, some matches. Here, go. You know, burn that shit down. But, you know, I always try to keep a cool head, but some stuff is just, you know, it's maddening. It's maddening. I walk around as a brown guy, you know, and I literally had people cross the street in the 2010s, or cross the aisle, or come down the aisle in the shop in the grocery store, look at me, and then turn around immediately, and then come back up the aisle when I'm out of the aisle. I've had a lady fucking walk. I've walked, and I don't live in like I won't even say racist area. Like, because I've been around this area since I was like 12 or so. I mean, I've left and come back, you know, but so, and I don't consider this a racist area, but it's here. It's in the South. You're in the South. I'm in North Carolina. You know, I've had ladies literally look me dead in my eye when I'm coming through, like, you know how the grocery stores have like the electronic doors, and their sensor, you just walk in and they fucking open. She was coming out the door and I was coming in. First of all, she was going out the wrong fucking door. Right? Not following directions, first off, bitch. Looked me dead in my eye, grabbed her purse, and stepped to the side and walked around the carts to go out the fucking door. And maybe I gave her the benefit of the doubt at the time. Maybe she realized she was coming out the wrong door, but why she clutched her purse and looked me dead in the eye, and she had like this look on her face, like, oh my god. You know, and this lady was like mid-40s. Like, she wasn't like an old cracker. She was like mid-40s. Like, her fucking daughter probably got banged by a black dude or some shit like that. Like, why are you acting like this? You know, like, you know?
So true, though.
Oh, man, bro. It's just fucking mind-boggling, man, you know? It really sucks when you cut people out of your life that you thought, I literally had to cut a good buddy out of my life. I said, dude, I've got to, I didn't say nothing, but I said, after that last exchange, I said, you gotta go, Kyle. Of course, his name is Kyle. But
Oh, of
yeah,
course.
fucking gotta go. You gotta go. And like his guy, where I'm sitting now, because I moved back in with my mother recently during this COVID, because my mother's ill as well. So I moved back in with my mother, and where I'm sitting right now, he slept on this floor. You know what I mean? Like, we were that tight at one point. He wouldn't dream of, like, back then doing the shit. But his dad was always, like, a bit of a bigot. Like, I could smell it. You know what I mean? Like, I would come over to Kyle's house, and, like, his dad would, like, treat me like it was, like, an affection or something like that. Like, he didn't want nothing to do with me. His mom was sweet, but, you married that man, so that makes you an accessory to racism. You know what I mean? His mom was sweet, and I'm sure she knew that fucking Keith was a dick. And then Kyle, what did Kyle do? Grow up, and he's just like his fucking dad, fucking ignorant, and fucking, just borderline racist. You know what I mean? And, and it sucks to lose a good buddy.
Perfect example that I've had in Vermont was we're on Church Street, and like we're just walking, it's all bars and terraces, like patios and stuff like that, like people just chilling and drinking.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're just walking in the middle. It's me and my friend. So he's not Thai, he's Lao.
Okay.
An off branch of Thai, I think.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not
yeah.
sure.
That were in that movie, Gran Torino, I believe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they were Lao. So, so me and him, we clearly look Asian. Like, together we look Asian, but alone I could be perceived as two different people. But together we look Asian, so I was like, whatever.
Sure.
We have a white friend. He has a white friend, actually. So, like, he brought his white friend out. So I'm just learning about this guy. Like, I played Fortnite with them a couple times, and we're just hitting it off, whatever. And then a group, like, funny enough, like, a group of, like, there's one black guy, one white guy, and the white guy was the racist guy. He was actually calling us, like, he bumped into Joe's shoulder on purpose, who's Lao, and he called him, oh, special 2-for-1, you fucking chinks. Referring to us. So I turned into the Montreal, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna whack this man.
Yeah.
But then I froze because I was like, wait a second, I'm not in my country. Like, you guys have guns,
Yeah, you gotta think that shit through, because motherfuckers here are fucking stupid.
Yeah, and like, that was going through my head, and I was like, oh shit. And then like, right away Joe was like, nah, like, he stepped in right away, and he started like loud-mouthing them, like, oh, what do you say, and then he was saying, like, like, he was basically saying the N-word every now and then, just as like part of his vocabulary. And I'm just like, yo, your friend's black, and you're gonna see that in front of him.
Yep.
And then we our own white friend was like, guys, just drop it. It's fine. It's nothing. Excuse me?
It's not nothing. Yeah, exactly.
Like, do you understand that you guys are literally invincible to racism?
Yeah. Yep.
Because you guys created it.
Exactly.
And now we have to suffer.
Yep, and they'll love to say that,
men,
black people are racist against us. Like, no, it doesn't work like that.
No. You took Asians, you threw them in a fucking train tunnel, you blew them up.
Yep.
You took black people from their country over here and did every bad thing possible.
Yep.
You got Germans taking Jews. You got this taking that. Like,
those are white guys. They're just a different type of white guy, but they're still white guys. The Germans. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, they're still fucking white guys. So, like,
they're just white guys with aham.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they spit more than the usual white guy. That's it.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother thing in itself. I've done too much research, and I'm a big history buff, and I like stuff like that, and it's grim. Like, that was a mess. Like, you literally try to take out a whole race of people. You know what I mean? Quite literally, and almost do it. Like, you know what I mean? On a large scale. But that's a whole nother fucking beast. But it's just I need a forum or something like that where I can get my feelings and stuff like that and get it out to people, because I think people would listen. Like, and I don't just spew. You know what I mean? I don't just spew shit. Like, I'm talking from the heart. You know what I mean? I'm not reading from a script. I'm talking from the heart. You know, and as good as I am, you know, to people, you know.
You honestly need to start like keep this audio. We could cut it up. We could edit it, like whatever, and then we could look into a video podcast. So you could have two platforms. You could hit the YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Post your entire episode there. You could even cut it if you really need to. If you really wanted to, if you have a certain standard, you could just do like that. And then you could just take your audio of that and post it onto whatever. But you got to play. If you want to look at a business aspect, you want it to make it more exclusive for certain things. So like, let's say you say like, oh, like I'm gonna post the audio first, and then wait for the video version.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
like, let's say you could have the video version saying, okay, like this podcast is only gonna be 30 minutes on audio, but we have an hour conversation on the video extended.
Yeah.
So like, therefore you could pull more people. And the thing is, YouTube is still just as good because it's like, you get to see the people's face. It gives you character.
Yeah.
And then those people will want to subscribe to your podcast, and then you're just gonna just a snowball effect.
Yeah.
And those people that care are going to share. And that's the thing about this, is that this needs to be shared. Like, this conversation needs to be out there.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. I will. I should be able to do that on my PlayStation or my YouTube, right? I believe so, right? Because I'm streaming it on YouTube right now.
That's perfect. You know, it should keep like a post, like a production of it.
Okay.
Like a post broadcast, and you could probably see it. I don't know if there's a setting for it, because on Twitch there was. You could say like save for like 30 days. You could save your footage.
Okay.
Like your stream, yeah.
There should be. Yeah, I'm gonna have to play with my YouTube later, because I'm new to like this, you know. I'm good with tech and stuff like that, but I don't know about the streaming and all that good stuff. Like, you know, like cutting the videos and stuff like that. I just do it to talk to a random guy who might jump in my stream, or somebody who might be interested in playing a game, or, you know.
I did the streaming thing with Shadow of Colossus, and I actually got a lot of like people like following. They're like, yo, like they're pretty quick.
Yeah.
And like they're learning how to like beat a boss and stuff, and but then at the same time, like, you're just feeding them fresh information that is so valuable that should be out there. You know what I mean?
Yep. Man.
Okay, like this was like imagine, like, you have your one viewer now, right? And that person's gonna share this, right? He's gonna be like, yo, this guy is talking some sense.
Yeah.
Like, people need to see this. And then that guy shares it to that guy shares it to two guys, and those guys share it to, and just snowball.
Snowball. You're right. You're definitely right.
And then, and let's say like a year from now, like, you have like 20,000 people, concurrent viewers, just supporting the cause, supporting the stream. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
100%.
It's really good, man. I need to get some things off my chest.
Well, I'm honestly glad that I was a part of it, because, like, honestly, like, I've been dying to have conversations like this.
And I appreciate it big time. You know, I wouldn't have had a conversation. You know, I'm glad I didn't go to bed. You know, it's pretty cool, man. I mean,
thank you.
I know you've always been around. You know, here and there.
Yeah.
Life happens, you know, shit happens. You gotta pick up and go sometimes, you know, or put the games down for a little bit, or, you know.
Exactly. Life, man. It happens.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah, usually whenever I'd get off, it was mostly because it's just life, really. And then whenever I come back on, I'd be like, oh, like, I'd always hit up Skylar or like FaZe or whatever, and just be like, yo, like, how's the gang? Like, how's everybody? He's like, oh, still hanging out with Daze, still hanging out with Melly. Like, Magic's still around. I'm like, oh, so sick. I'm like,
Yeah.
hit me up whenever. But like, yo, like he's obviously on his schedule too. So like,
Sure, yeah. I know FaZe be, still doing his little work thing. I think he works for his building, right, or something like that. Yeah. So he's, he's busy too. FaZe isn't always on, you know. FaZe be moving and hanging out with fucking friends and shit too. So,
Exactly.
life happens. Right now I'm stuck because I'm COVID. I lost my job right before COVID, and my mom is, got multiple sclerosis, and I'm living with my mom right now. But you got to do what you got to do.
Exactly.
For the time being, you got to do what you got to do, and
I think the best feeling is picking up the controller, logging on, and seeing an invite from either FaZe or Daze or Melee.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, that's cool. Like, even after 6 years of like casually gaming with you guys,
yeah,
and then we could still have like a connection of just like, yeah, let's just have a conversation, even though I don't even talk much in those big group chats. Like,
sure, yeah. But
it's
it's the fact
so
that you're
cool.
welcome, right? And the fact that like if somebody wanted you to be a part of something, and you were a thought, you were a thought to somebody, and
it's appreciated. It's like really appreciated. Like,
especially in these day and times where people are really focused, and it's not people's fault, I guess, in a way, but we all got our own shit going on. But video games is one thing that if you play video games and you play video games online and you've made friends online, that we can all, talk to people about, stuff like what I'm dealing with my folks, my dad, and, I can talk to people like that when I can't talk to like people I've known for years here, you know what I mean? And without getting any judgment or, without getting, just getting some positive feedback. You get better I've gotten better feedback from people online than I've gotten from people in real life. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? And it carries more weight to me.
It does.
FaZe said it. I've known FaZe. When did Destiny come out? 2013. So I've known FaZe since like the end of 2013. Right.
Yeah.
And I've been able to talk to FaZe. FaZe has been in my life, quote unquote, like through 3 long-term girlfriends. Like,
wow.
like me. He when I had a couple times in jail. I had a run-in with some racists not too long ago. Like big stuff. I've had conversations with FaZe, and he knows what I've been through. Some stuff. And I don't. He knows some stuff that I haven't told, like my mother. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? But
isn't it crazy though that the internet itself kind of like brings these people like by coincidence, which I don't believe is scientifically. I do not believe in coincidence.
Sure. Yeah.
Like,
no, definitely.
I feel like there's always some sort of draw. There's some sort of manifestation that like brings people together, and I don't care if it's timing or whatever you want to call it, but like we're supposed to have this conversation. We're supposed to meet each other. We're supposed to like connect
agree.
this way, because like there's no one else. Like right now I'm in Vancouver. I have no friends here. Like, yeah, sure, I talk to my colleagues and coworkers and this and that, but like, do I actually have a deep conversation like this that I have with them? I don't think so.
I definitely understand that for sure. For sure. Like, it's I believe you. It's things are supposed to happen, like they happen. Good or bad, unfortunately, but just
make the best out of it.
Yeah, make the best of it, and try not to fucking let it ruin you.
Well, perfect. Like another example, not a perfect example, but another example. My buddy, I've met him 8 years ago, and I've had friends over, like, that I've met at like 5 years old. So like over 20 years worth of like friendship.
Mm-hmm.
And then they just drop me like nothing. Like,
whatever. Yep.
And then I have this guy that I've known for 8 years, and I felt like I've known him for like 40, and I'm not even there yet. You know what I mean? Like,
yep.
And he just told me, like, he just deleted all his social media, and I was like, oh, dude, what's happening? Like, you okay? And he's like, the only people that have my number are the real homies. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like Rock, it's a French name, Rock, whatever. It's legit Rock.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, so like he's like, yeah, like Rock pissed me off, and I was like, what did he do? And the thing is, Cody has been dating this, well, had dated this girl for like 3 years, and I've been there for the 3 years. And like he was so in love with this girl, he's always wanted to be like just wanted to be with her,
Yeah.
but she was just not ready. And like he proposed and everything too. And I was there when he bought the ring. Like it was like $800 ring.
Wow, yeah, damn. He was
Engagement
ready.
ring, yeah. Yeah, he was ready. Like he's like, yo, dude. He's like, if she says no, he's like, I have no idea what I want to do. I was like, wow, man. I'm like, all right, you're dedicated. I'm like, I support you, man. I'm like, I can't tell you it's a bad idea. I can't tell you it's a good idea. Like, all I can do is support you, because like whatever you do, I believe in.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
you like it, I love it, bro.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. Like,
You know?
so anyways, it didn't work out, right? So he's been trying to get back with her for the last like 4.5 years.
Oh man.
So like, but like she's been leading him on, and
That's even
recently,
worse.
2 days ago, like, and they've been having sex like off and on too.
Sure, yeah.
And then like recently, 2 days ago, this is when he tells me, he's like, oh yeah, you know Rock? I'm like, yeah, like your best friend, like someone that I feel like is replacing me, you know, like that you've known for a long time. Like,
sure,
yeah. Like, yeah, like I've known him since grade 1. I was like, yeah, like I feel like there's some sort of competition or sometimes, but I think that's just me. He's like, oh no, bro. He's like, there's no competition. He's like, you're my friend. You're my best friend. Like, so I view you as my brother. I was like, oh, okay, wow, thank you. I see you the same way.
Yeah.
And then he's like, well, he's like, my circle just got smaller. I'm like, why? He's like, Rock is dating my ex now.
Oh my gosh, bro.
And I was like, are you serious? Like, I'm like, out of all people to do this to you, it is your oldest best friend.
That's fucking
He's like,
trash, bro. That's trash.
So, yeah.
That's trash human stuff, man. Like, I would never. I couldn't imagine.
No, like, I was like, yo, you're fully, like, you have all the right to be pissed. Fuck this kid, like, whatever, like, he's nothing to you.
Yeah.
Like,
Wow,
like, yeah, so, like, when I heard that, I was like, yo, like, honestly, first of all, barely trust women, so that's why I'm after money, so.
I know, and that's a lesson that I had to learn the hard way, and I just learned it, you know what I mean, like, just learned it, because I'm not tooting my horn, but I've been through them, you know what I mean, I've been through women, you know, white, black, you name it, like, I've been through women, and I've wasted a lot of time chasing puss, man, like, seriously, and it doesn't get you anywhere, but ultimately, like, heartbreak, or like in jail, or with a kid, you know what I mean, like, it doesn't get you anywhere, you know, and I should have spent all that time fucking, you know, fucking trying to advance myself, you know, and I need to stay single for like a while now. I need to really stay single for a while, but then, you know, my penis, you know. What about my penis, you know? There's always that part of me. He's like, what about me, bro? You know, that's fucked up though. That's trash. That's trash human shit. You don't do that to the homie, especially.
No. Like, especially like
and he chased her and he loves her like that. That's the type of dude that like kill you both. Like, on some real shit. I don't know what kind of guy he is, but you know, that's the type of, I know motherfuckers like that that'll fucking kill you both. You know, catch you out together and fucking kill you, fucking run you both off the road. If I can't have her, nobody will. Kill the shit out of both of y'all. Now y'all dead together, looking stupid. You know?
Oh shit.
You know, it's a grim thing to say, but real shit like that happens.
Yep. Actually, that's why they make shows about that.
Yeah.
Actual murders like that, based off of real motive like that.
Yep. That's definitely a motive. You know, that is something that will get you killed. You know.
Because the thing is, people don't mind doing the time.
No, because they're fighting for what they believe in, man. I love that woman. You know, I love that woman, man. Fuck you. Who the fuck are you to just come in and fucking be my buddy forever and then fucking be fucking my girl? Probably while, you know, they were fucking. You know, now you gotta think about all the times that, like, she was like, oh, well, maybe, you know, just let me. And then she leaves and goes suck your buddy's dick. You know, it's fucked up. She's a whore for that. You know, but at that point, you just gotta fucking cut your losses and fucking try to mend your broken heart, man. Because we get hurt too, man. I've had my heart
Yeah,
broken, man. And we get hurt too, bro. I'm fucking reeling from the last one right now. You know? Just don't want to be
Like,
bothered, bro. I'm
I
looking at
feel you
women
on that
differently.
one.
Literally
Oh,
looking at
I
women
do
differently.
too, bro.
Like,
They have no idea who I am anymore, bro.
No, nope. And I don't know how I'm gonna treat the next one. I don't, you know, I don't not even think about the next one. I'm not even thinking about her, you know. And that's for the first time in my life. I'm like not thinking about who I'm fucking next. You know what I mean? Like I'm not even thinking about it because I've literally lived my life like that. And I don't want to live like that anymore because it's gotten me nowhere but like heartache and you know, got in trouble and, you know, just shit that I didn't need to have. This negative energy, and I want to do something positive, man. Like, I don't know. Babbling, man. Sorry.
No, it's all good. It's all good. No, I feel you though, cause like I've gotten a girl pregnant, and like she made the decision to get rid of it.
Yeah, I've been there. I've been there.
And I'm like, yo, like, what?
Yeah.
Like, what if I wanted, like, yeah, we're young.
Yeah.
Like, she was like, well, first of all, she was 18, and
Sure.
I was like 20.
Yeah.
So,
But she took the choice away from you too.
Yeah, exactly. Like I could have said no. Like I could have said no. But like, what if I wanted to say yes? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it is my responsibility, and like I believe in life. Like,
yeah.
It's like, okay, like I understand. Like, sure, like abortion is an option, but I don't necessarily believe it in every sense.
Sure. I also believe that, you know, I'm one of those people who believe, like, in a way, like, we have no business. Dave Chappelle said it. We have no business telling women what to do with their body. I know it's my kid, and again, I said I've been through that same exact scenario, bro. Same exact scenario. But like, I think it's ultimately whether she wants to carry that baby or not. You know, and at 18, as a guy who had a kid at 19, you know, if Casey would have said no, you know, I'm so glad she didn't. You know, and I'm not to bring those feelings up, you know, upon you, but you know, I couldn't imagine my son not being here. You know what I mean? I could not imagine him not being here. If I had to go back, I would do it. Do her the same way, that same day. If, you know, like,
yeah,
I wouldn't take him back. But I'm not saying God have abortions like Cartman from South Park said. You know, but I think it's a choice that they have to make. But again, she took the choice away from you. She didn't even, you know, she could have, like, you know, could have sat and talked about it, and then together, you know, even if, you know, I don't know, that's always a sticky situation, you know.
It is, yeah.
It's a sticky situation. She took the choice away from you for sure.
Yeah, before and after, like.
Yeah. Like, you know. That stinks, and it stings because you don't know what could have been. You know, that kid could have cured cancer. You know, it's very right. There's that argument. There's definitely that argument. You know.
Yep.
You know. But fuck, man, there's too many goddamn people on this earth anyway. You know, it's grim, but it's, you know, it's.
It is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is, but you know, I don't know. It's just everything's so fucked up. Everybody's got their own ideas, and you know, there's no right way, but there is a right way when it comes to treating people a certain way. There is a right way. You know, there is a right way when it comes to treating people's hearts and minds fairly and evenly. You know, and without, you know, without losing yourself and without fucking diminishing what they are. You know, I'm not here to diminish anything that you stand for or what you are. I'm just here to, if anything, lift you up and positively reinforce you. And if I don't like what you're doing, then I just don't have to participate. You know, I don't have to. Don't have to indulge. I can be like, oh, you're that kind. Well, good luck with that, buddy. Mute. Or, you know, I'll see you later, man. You have a good one. I'll still tell you, have a good one, bro. Take it deep. You know? You know, I treat everybody the same, man. I treat you just like that other guy that came in the party. I'll treat you just like him, and you'll never know, that you were treated any differently until you treat me like shit, I don't know. A lot of people say that, but, they don't live it,
Oh yeah, 100%.
They like to say that shit, but they're fucking on some other shit. Just want to be a better human being. I think we all should be trying to be better human beings. Some people think that they've already reached their max limit on being a good person.
Oh, for sure.
People in my country are so quick to be like, motherfucker walk up on me, man, fucking blow his fucking brains out. Well, don't you think you can solve that problem like another way? You know what I mean? Like, like, don't you think like you and him being grown men could talk it out and like, or at least agree not to come to fucking a shootout right here on the goddamn street? Fucking fight it out, or sit down, fucking have a beer, like, have a brew, and like, I don't know. I don't know. Just fucking people are so quick to be like, don't touch me, don't touch my, don't, don't get in my space, my personal space, We're not solo animals, man. We're not designed to be solo animals. If you fucking have a baby and you leave the baby in the dark for like a week, even if you bring food, the baby will die. The baby will physically die because they have no human interaction. We are built around human interaction. If nobody talks to that baby or says a word around that baby's gonna die. I can guarantee you. It's like I don't know if they've studied it, but like that's what they say. You know what I mean? It's depriving the human body of nurturing and care and love, and we all will fucking fade away and wither. That's why people who are like serial killers, like you, that dude does not feel warm and fuzzy because whatever is supposed to be in him has been killed and is dead or non-existent or never existed. I don't know. Shut up, Mike. Shut up.
Don't worry, I'm still here. Yeah, I agree.
No, I know, man. If you weren't here, I'd probably just be fucking talking to myself again, like a fucking wacko. Fucking wacko.
Basically, I had a breakup with one girl, and I'm still fucked up over her. Like, it's like like as much. It's really hard to say. Like, I broke up with her, and it took me 3 times to do it. Like, that's how much I was so addicted to her. Because like she's just fun. Like,
and see, I feel you on that. I was addicted to something that's so toxic, like so toxic, and I never understood the word toxic until this woman, and it's just so toxic, and I'm still reeling, and like she'll contact me here and there, like and what do if she called me right now, I'd go running. Without a doubt, I go running.
I feel you.
It's that toxic. It's that and that's that, and I mean it. I would go, and nothing short of being on my hands and knees, not begging, but just because it's just that. For something about this person makes it just the hardest thing that I've ever done. The hardest thing that I've ever done. Women, people forget that fucking dudes are fucking. We're pretty fucking squishy, man. We're pretty fucking squishy. Like, we're supposed to be fucking hard, but we're pretty squishy, man. I love just like, the next lady, the next guy. But, women just get away with shit and fucking hurt guys' feelings and don't think nothing of it and laugh with their friends, and you know what I mean? Like my feelings are a joke. Like, I'm a joke, I've been through that for like, I don't know, with her for like 3 years roughly, back and forth, fucking makes you become,
it consumes you.
Yeah, and you do things that you never thought you would do, never thought you would do,
Oh, for sure.
Never, good and bad, because it's not always bad, it's a lot of good. Because if there wasn't good, you wouldn't be there. If there really wasn't any good, then you wouldn't be there. But then the good, you try to make the fucking good outweigh the bad when the bad, in truth, is so bad. It's so much bad, it's so bad. But you're like blinded by the minimal good, that it is, and it's hard. It's hard because we don't get pussy thrown at us all the time. I said I had a lot of sex, but I don't have pussy thrown at me. You know what I mean? So, like, when we have something and we like it, we try to hold on to it. We fuck it up, but we try to hold on to it.
Yeah.
Too, you know what I mean? Like, we'll fuck it up, too, real quick. But, when we're in it, like, I know I really speak for myself. When I'm in it, when I'm in your corner, I'm in your corner for sure, And it's hard to get me out your corner, But there's only so many times you can do something to some person without them
you changing or just breaking down or whatever.
Breaking.
Yeah, like this
million pieces.
I was dating this like this was when I was younger, and it kind of made me realize about all my problems that I need to work on.
Yeah.
And then I started working on them, and the thing is, like, with her, she's the one that gave me the insecurity of, like, women not being loyal.
Yeah.
Because she, like, this is when we were young, and, like, I just got a car, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was just a Civic, a 2000 Civic, whatever, 2-door.
It's yours, though, man. It was fucking whipping.
Yeah, it was mine. Like,
fucking whipping, bro.
Yeah, I was whipping it, and the thing is, I'm a mechanic, right? I'm a car enthusiast also, so I did the radio, I did the sub, and then I went full mechanic, and like years later, I ripped out everything, put in a whole new motor, transmission, redid everything, rebuilt the motor before putting it in.
Yeah.
And did everything, and then but before that, like, I was on my way to that, like I was on my way to going to school and stuff like that. But this girl, like, she knows that I was into Korean music and into K-pop and into, like, whatever and stuff, and she doesn't even bother to invite me to this outing event. So I was like, okay, like, this is kind of awkward. I'm like, who are you gonna go with then? And she's like, oh, I'm gonna go by myself. And then if I meet up with friends, then they're gonna be there. Then I'm just gonna hang out with them. And I was like, okay, cool, enjoy. She's like, can you drive me there though? And I was like,
yeah, fucking
I'm like, alright, cool. And then I was like, okay, no problem. So then she comes over to my parents' place, because I was staying at my parents' at the time, and like, she would always go into these fits, or like, not fits, but like into these like modes where she just shuts off and she like wants attention, but like in like a toxic way. Like, she just, like, she'll do whatever she wants.
Yeah. Like, she'll be rude to you or like
whatever it is.
Whatever, yeah.
Like, even if it's her just being quiet and just not doing anything, or just shutting up, or like locking herself in a room and just, being a little twat, right?
Yeah.
So I was like I was just trying to, like, talk to her, and then she wasn't giving me any responses, like, as if, like, she was, like, I was talking to a wall.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, you know what?
She a Gemini? Fuck.
Honestly, I think so.
Yeah, that sounds like a Gemini. That sounds like a Gemini.
She basically, like, we're trying to make brownies, right? Just like regular brownies, not like pot or anything. It was just regular ass shit. I was like, yo, let's get out of the bedroom. Let's stop having sex all the time, because, like, we're so young. Let's just do something else.
Yeah.
And then she's like, okay, cool. I'm like, hey, let's do cookies. And then that was the day that made me realize, like, I can never trust her again, because, like, or women in general. But
yeah.
So this was a day before the event. So the next day was the event, and she gave me attitude and not answering me. So I was like, you know what? Here, you fucking deal with the cookies. When it's done, like, I'll come back down.
Yeah.
She doesn't say a word. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm talking to a fucking wall. So I walk away. Sure, I'm rude as fuck, but, like, yo, like, you're causing this chaos.
You're the one doing this. You're bringing this upon yourself. Like, it could be easy.
Yeah, you could just answer like a normal human being. Like, if you say, oh, do you want chocolate, yes or no? If you don't say anything, like, I want to throw the bar at you.
Exactly.
Like, yes or no?
Yeah.
So I go upstairs in my room. I'm chilling, whatever, relaxing. Like, more than 30 minutes go by. I'm like, hey, the cookies must be done. So I go downstairs, and the oven's on. It's going. The cookies are cooking, but she's not there. So I was like, oh, okay, like she's probably sitting with my parents, because my parents were like in the living room, which is in the same floor.
Sure, yeah.
So I was like, I go to the living room. I'm like, yo, where's Mika? And they're like, I thought she's upstairs with you. I was like, no, she's not. And that's when I went full panic mode.
Yeah.
I like legit. I was like, oh, I don't. Where is she? I have no idea. Like, does she have her
Sounds
phone?
like a Gemini, bro. You need to find out if she was a Gemini or not. And you never date another Gemini. I'm not ever gonna date another Gemini. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's all good. It's all good. So she left her phone on the counter. So I was like,
Yeah.
all right. Well, I know her password, but like I gave her the trust of like, I'm not gonna check your messages. I know your password, but I have no intentions to check your messages. Because like I want to trust you, I want to give you the benefit of the doubt that you're not behind my back doing shit.
Being
and then
a hooker.
Yeah. So I check her phone, and like she gets this message. Like as soon as I touch the phone, like she's already had messages from this one guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, like she knows I don't like him.
Yeah, yeah,
like, because this guy used to be in love with her, right? And I'm allowing her to just like continue your life, like whatever, do your thing. Like
I'm
I'm
not gonna
allowing
control
to have
you.
this. Yeah, I don't want to control you. I never told you not to talk to him. I just don't want you to like hang out with him in person unless like you tell me. If you tell me, then I'm gonna be like scot free. Like, yeah, go ahead, go hang out with him, go have dinner with him. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But if you decide to not tell me about it, then I don't want you to see him, because then you're sketchy.
And you're fucking lying straight up. Like.
Yeah, you're lying. Yeah. So I checked the phone, and then right away, like as soon as I touch the phone, I'm like looking through the messages, like on the notification screen. I didn't open the phone yet.
Yeah.
I'm scrolling, and then it goes ding, and then it just says, "How are you doing, princess? I can't wait for tomorrow."
Wow.
So
wow.
I've felt every atom in my body boil.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And then legit I just ran out of the house, no shoes, no socks, nothing, just sprinted outside, started running looking for her, just like where are you? And I legit, like if I brought you to my park, I ran it in like legit in 30 seconds, and it's like it's a good like 6-minute walk.
Yeah,
so
bro.
I fucking sprint that shit, whatever, and I went right to the front of the house, and there she was finishing her walk, and I was like, and she was so happy to see me, and I was like, and like I was like legit turning into the Joker. I was going insane, and I approached her, and I was like, oh wow, I was so worried about you, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And as soon as I grabbed her wrist, I became a different person. I was like, you're going home, we're done, I'm breaking up with you.
Yeah. Yep.
And she's like, what? Yep. I was like, you fucking lied to me, you bring me to this, nah.
Yep. Fucking done.
Yeah,
fucking
done.
done.
And then I brought her home and everything, and then like her dad even asked her like, why did he come home? Why did you come home so late? And like, I thought you were staying over there. Like,
Yeah.
why was he so like aggressive when he left? Like, I don't want him coming over if he's gonna drive off like that. And she's like, oh, like I did this, and then he started laughing at her, saying, this is your fault.
Yeah. Yep. That's what you get.
Like,
you little, you little hooker. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
And it doesn't stop, because they now I guarantee you she's done that shit to somebody since. There's a slim chance that she's learned her lesson, but I don't think so. She's probably still young, and still doing that shady shit. Women are worse at that stuff, and by worse I mean better than we are. You know what I mean? They're they're sneakier. They're definitely sneakier, and it's bad, because when we're upset we tend to lose control. I've never hurt anybody, but like you're not gonna hurt my feelings and just straight up get away with it.
Yeah, exactly. But then I fell into this whole like depression thing because of her, and I was just chasing her again, like chasing the dragon basically in South Park, just like, yeah, you get my fix.
Yeah.
And then I finally broke it off, and I was like, okay, I want to be free. And like the coolest way I broke up with her is like, because like we broke up like multiple times, like in person. like
Yeah.
normal human beings.
Yeah.
And like there's this girl in my mechanics class that like she's Latina, like
Mhm.
oh my god, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like and the thing is like she called me cute a couple times, and like I'm the person that like honestly, like if you look at me, like you would probably to yourself be like, this guy doesn't have much confidence, like
Yeah.
and
You
that day
sound
when I
like you
broke
have
up with
confidence though. Like you sound like you
oh,
have.
I've changed.
I'm
I've
sure you had to
changed.
find it, right? Yeah.
Oh,
I
fuck yeah,
feel you,
bud.
man. I feel you, man. I didn't always have high self-esteem. I don't always have high self-esteem. You know what I mean? Like,
No, 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 no. It comes. It comes
no,
with development, and like you just learn. You fail, you learn. You fail, you learn. You know.
yeah,
And anyways, so basically, I was in class. It was 8 a.m. and I was like, yo, like I just got my ears pierced too. Like I went to
feeling
like
yourself.
Ottawa, so like I was feeling myself. I was like, oh, let's get this done. Like if you saw me, you'd be like, yo, this is not Josh. Like this can't be Josh. So like I was getting things done, whatever, and then I got my first tattoo, and then everything was just rolling through, and then like Mika was there for it, but then I went like at the point where like she was at the point where she was like my pet
Yeah.
because she wanted to make up for her wronging, right?
Mhm.
But like I would never forgive her because I just never had the heart to forgive her.
Yeah.
And like I call her and I'm like, hey, and she's like, oh, like super happy. And I was like, hey, like I'm just gonna break up with you right now because I have no intentions of being loyal to you because you couldn't do that for me. So
Yeah.
I'm legit gonna break up with you so I could go kiss another girl as we speak.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
she-
No,
and then-
and that's what she do.
I
What
was-
she do.
Oh, what she do? She started laughing, and then you just hear that all the other girls are laughing,
Yeah.
and I was like, wait, what? And she's like, yeah, you're on speakerphone. And she's like, you're a dickhead, and I was like, oh, okay, so you're painting the wrong picture for the friends that you have. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, I guess your friends are just as fake as you are, and that
Yeah.
they're so blind to see the truth. I'm like, have a nice life.
Yeah.
Hang up the phone. I look at my teacher Nathan. I was like, be right back. I'm gonna go make out with Luna. And then he's like, excuse me? I was like, I don't give a fuck. And then he's like, yo, you do you, man. Like, if you pull it off, let me know.
Yeah. Exactly.
So
exactly.
I left the classroom, went down the hall, and then I looked at Luna, and I was like, hey, Luna, can I just speak to you for a moment? She's like, yeah, sure. I bring her to the side, and this is the first time I've ever had the confidence to ever say such a sentence. Bring her to the side. We're by ourselves, and then I was like, hey, I find you very attractive
Mhm.
since day one, and I've always wanted to kiss you because you're so gorgeous, and that I have no intentions in pursuing a relationship with you, but I just want to admire your beauty. And then she's like, wow, that was like, I've never had anybody been so direct and honest and confident to say that she's like, you know what, like, I'm kind of seeing someone, but like I would like to. I was just like, yo, it's a
Yeah.
one-time thing.
Yeah.
It's just something that I need to do right now, and I'll explain right after. I just don't want to lose the magic.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, fuck it. She starts kissing me, and then
Oh, man.
she starts kissing me, and then she stops kissing me, and then her waist is against like me, like we're like legit like kind of like almost
Mhm.
about to fuck, and then
Yeah.
we're in that mood, and then she puts her hand around my head, says, you're a really good kisser. What was she thinking? And she continues to make out with me.
Oh man.
And I was like, oh man, like this
Oh, man.
this is the Latina
This is-
that's tatted
this is
from head to toe.
game-changing.
Like, yeah, oh
Yeah.
buddy.
It's a game changer.
Like
bro.
that same night, butt naked. Like,
Oh,
like,
man.
it was a different day. Like it was like I was like, oh, new Josh. Like
Hell yeah, bro. Hell fucking yeah.
So
That's
ever
a
since
success
then, like
story,
I just,
you know?
yeah, it was. And then, but since then, like I forgot about Mika eventually, and I replaced her with this Jennifer.
Yeah, yeah.
Another Gemini.
Yo, you better stay away from her, man. Don't do it, man. Don't.
Oh,
I'll
no.
never. You know, I don't want to be that.
Is it
corny. Be
disrespectful to be like, yo, are you Gemini? And they're like, yeah. I'll be
No.
like, oh, yo, you know what? Like,
No,
I left
I
the
don't
oven
even
on.
care so much. I'm so fucked up over it. I don't even care anymore. The first time I meet you, I'm asking you, you're not a Gemini. What is your sign? And that's cheesy and like so fucking 80s to say, what's your sign, girl? No, fuck that. I'm not dealing with any more Geminis. Never. Never. It has fucked me up, and I don't think I'll ever recover. You know? And I will. I'm sure I will. You know, to a certain extent, you know. But
like, you have to find the right person, right?
Yeah, yeah. And, you know, it's just, I'm real soft and squishy, you know. I'm tough, but I hurt. I hate. You know.
I feel you.
Yeah, man. Next female I deal with, that bitch, she better watch it. She better, like, not even that. Like, I'm talking shit, but, like, you know, I'm gonna make sure that I am in the right headspace. And if I even smell a whiff of any bullshit, I'm fucking dipping. I'm fucking bailing, cause you know.
Yo, a lot of girls tell me like, oh, you change your mind so fast, like you're impulsive. I'm like, you give me no like security of like that this is going to work.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, it's always about you. It's always about like when are we gonna go to the next date? It's like, yo, when can we just be homies?
Yeah,
and just kick it
first. You know?
Yeah, can we just be friends? Like as much as I want to like hook up and just, you know, do the bad.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We all do. We all do. You know, they don't like to say they do, but they do too. But they're better about it. You know what I mean? They're better about it. You know, they're not as driven by, you know, they're not driven by the same things we are. You know. They're not driven by base instincts. Like, there's just something about us. Sure, we want somebody we can be friends with and be homies with and, like, have fun with. But, of course, we want somebody we can bang, too. You know, and, like, it's less for them, you know. Most of them. Nah, I can't say that for every one of them. Because some of them are freaky as hell. They just want to have sex all the time, too. But for the most part, they got to have, you know, more than we do. And we got to start being more like that, I guess, in a way. But it's just not in us. You know, we have to learn that. I think we have to, like, learn through trial and error, you know. But I'm at the point right now where I can barely trust them. Can barely fucking trust them.
Nope. You know? I legit broke up with a girl. Okay, the girl that I got pregnant and we almost had a kid with. Like 3 years later, we reconnected. And I was so blind that, because I was so like fixed on the past of what I wanted to have closure on, that she saw me as a better person. That she saw the improvement. She saw everything like just like fucking surpass. So she's like, oh shit, like I'm with a asshole boyfriend that she wanted to break up with originally, and then she decided to make that decision since I reconnected with her. Then we decided to be a thing, and it was going great, and then all of a sudden she just changed back into, like, it was as if like I was living what her ex was going through. Like, like I was becoming Sean. And like, it was funny though, it was really weird though, because like outside of that relationship nobody knew that I had her as a girlfriend. Like, they would call me Sean by mistake, and I was like, how do you get Josh and Sean? Like, they're so far apart. But anyways, like I was becoming Sean to her, and like everything she was complaining about, I was there. I was like in her crosshairs now. And I was like, yo, this is so unfair. I'm like, just because we almost had a kid, like, I should have based it off of like that relationship. I should have just looked at you as a new person and just judged you off of your first mistake, which is breaking up with him and going on to me. And like, it's funny though, because she told me, she's like, oh, like, I never liked it, because she's like, I never liked hanging with like different groups and stuff, because like I would find one guy attractive, and then I would go to, like, I would date him, and then his friend group,
You're a
I would
whore.
hang out with the, yeah.
I would say that, but like, that's what whores do.
See, this is why we need a podcast, because like this shit would fucking sell. Like,
Whore.
you're a whore. Oh, you're a slew.
Yeah, big time.
You're a big slew.
Big time slag, man. Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, and she said like, "Oh, I used to be called the homie hopper," and I was like, "Why are you telling me this?" Like,
I wanted you to know she was a whore.
Yo, she told me straight up, so I was like, "Okay, cool." Then I broke up with her because
Yeah,
like,
as you should.
So so what happened was basically is that she went to her like the ex that she broke up with, like she was still connected with her his family. And she painted the picture that his family hates him but adores her, and that she's a hairdresser. She's a hairdresser and she cuts their hair, and that is a thing. But when you don't answer me for 3 hours, 4 hours, and and I forget that I exist, or she's like, "Oh, I only glance at my phone now." It's like, "Oh, so you haven't looked at your phone for 6 full hours?"
Yeah. Bullshit.
Whenever I'm
doesn't look at her fucking phone.
When I'm with you for 12 hours a day on a Saturday, when I'm awake for the 12 hours and I don't nap, what are you doing when we're sitting next to each other? Like when we're watching a movie, she's on her phone. When she's doing something, she's on her phone. So it's like I can never enjoy doing things with her because she's always on her fucking phone. And I would make that a big point that it pisses me off. Is like I'm not dating someone just to fuck.
Yeah.
Like no, like I want you're let's kick it. Like if I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with you, like I want to know if we could jam, if we could play video games, and we did play video games, but like very rarely that she wanted to. No motivation, this girl. Anyways, like I like as soon as I like. Anyway, so fast forward. Now, like I've moved into her apartment, right? So I'm there alone, and I was like, yo, so like you're at your best place, and like I worked 5 minutes away from my parents' place at the time also, so like I had to drive every day, a total of like 2 hours a day, just driving, like leaving from up north to go to the city to work, and then drive all the way back through traffic that takes an hour and a half. So I was like, whatever, like. And every time I would be in like Montreal or whatever, and then I'd be like, yo, you want to swing by? She's like, oh, like I have work tomorrow. I'm like, yo, I fucking work every day, and I'm making the effort to see you every day. Like, how bad do you want to see me? Like, anyways,
not
so
that bad.
Yeah,
that's what I would take it as, like.
Yeah, exactly. That's
they
why I
say
started
we don't
feeling.
Try.
I go to the moon and back, and it's not enough. Fuck.
Yeah. It's a trap, bro. They're a trap.
They are.
Trap, man.
And they're a really good one, though,
yeah. And it stinks, man, that it ends up like that, because.
Yeah.
When you
when you really put your all into it, and then it just gets torn out for no fucking apparent reason because of their decision of like wanting to change for whatever fucking reason,
from no fault of your own, you know what I mean? Like, because they're fucked up. Like my most recent one, she just had her whole life has just been fucked up. Like her whole life is from beginning to now. Like it's just been a fucked up horror story, and I understand it, and I understood it, and I defended her, and I fucking did things for her that nobody else do for her, but she would also treat me like I was the one who did all those horrible things to her before I even knew her. You know what I mean? She was older than me too. She's 40 years old now. Like she's too. She acts like a 21-year-old girl sometimes. Like
Jesus Christ.
Like and it's heartbreaking and mind-boggling. She's fucked up. She's like fucked up beyond all recognition. Like
like she needs to actually seek help. And
she needs to seek help. Like she needs to seek help. And I'm not saying that to be better than her, but she needs to seek help. You can't. Karma's a real bitch, and she's already gotten some karma back from some of the things she's done to me that I've forgiven. You know what I mean? And she's already gotten some of the karma back, but there's more in store for her. there's more, and I don't wish ill on anybody, you know. As I just said, like if she called me up right now, because again, we still we still talk. She's still on my PlayStation, you know what I mean? Like I'm still like, because this is pretty recent, like pretty recent. But you know, it's just she needs to get some help. And I'm talking, when I say her life is bad, like, or where it was, you know, her first years, early years, like her first two daughters. Like I said, she's 40. She's got a 21-year-old, 22-year-old, and a 19-year-old, but they're products of rape. You know.
Oh.
And you know, and they watched her get beat, and you know, I've heard this from the children itself. You know, they're you know, the girls themselves. You know, when she was young, and you know, she's not even from here. She's from England originally. She's from Wales. She's
Oh,
Welsh.
wow.
So, you know, she moved here with somebody that her husband that she ended up marrying. Not him, but, you know, and she lives here in America now, and she's just been like, she got a divorce, and then, like, she went on her, like, little spree, you know, that they all do. And, you know, we dated for like a year. Well, excuse me, like 3 years. It's been 3 years. It's been 3 years.
Jeez.
And, you know, if I forgive you for some really horrible, disgusting stuff, you know, and don't, you know, not like I was joking earlier, like killing you in the vehicle, you know, like that's like, if you take me there, if I even have the thought, then I need to step away from you. Like if I even have that type of thought and you drive me to there, you know, I need to step away from you. And it still doesn't hold completely true, because as I said 4 or 5 times already, if you call me right now, I'd be gone. You know what I mean? It's just don't know what the fuck it is. I need to just not, you know. And I've done a pretty good job of not, but you know,
It's hard though.
It's really hard. It's really, really hard. You know, you get kids involved and shit. You know, kids get attached. Like I've done more for her kids than her or her ex-husband has done for her kids in the last 2 years. You know, because I don't really, you know, it's just a mess, man. You know, life's a mess. You can't control people. You can't change them. You know, and her being older than me, definitely she's not much room for her to change. You know, she can learn and get better, but you know, changing how she acts, no, it's not something I can continue to be a party to and keep having my feelings hurt.
Fully understandable though.
Yeah.
Like you can't just keep toxic shit in your life expecting change.
Exactly. Or to, you know, to get better, it's always going to be toxic. Always. And it sucks. I'm had some weed. I ain't got no weed.
You know, I'd send you an eighth right now.
I know, man. Goddamn Canadians, man. That's the good shit. Not even the good. Not even like, I'm sure you got the good shit, but like just the legal. You know what I mean? Like it's not even legal everywhere here. Definitely illegal where I live.
Yeah, for you, it's more or less like a. What is it? It's federally. It's not legalized, right?
Yeah, federally. Like on the state level, like states are, you know, slowly one by one. A few states have, I want to say like 12, 13 states, maybe more, have decriminalized and quote unquote legalized it. You know, but not in. None of those states are in the South, because they're fucking backwards and they're fucking Bible thumpers, and apparently Jesus didn't like weed, you know, or you know, they equate that to the devil. It's literally the devil's lettuce, you know. It's just, and they're stuck on that, and it's not. You've heard all the weed talk before, you know. They just want to make their own money off the shit. You know, that's all it is. It ain't got nothing to do with it being bad. You know, it's just, you know, legalize the shit. People will stop dying in fucking other countries in our country for it. Motherfuckers stop chopping each other up in Mexico for it. You know what I mean? Like, legalize the shit. Legalize cocaine. Legalize all that shit. Motherfuckers gonna do that shit and abuse it and die? Well, they don't need to be here. Sorry. You know, it sounds bad. It sounds bad, but, you know, if you're gonna fucking abuse Like, there's a way to do cocaine and not abuse it. I fucking love cocaine. Now, I'm gonna tell you as a grown ass adult, I fucking love cocaine. I don't go fucking seeking that shit out all the fucking time. I don't like when I do cocaine. It's usually like, yo, you want to get some blow? You know, it's like a Friday night or Saturday night, and you're not doing shit. Like, let's go, let's get some, do that shit, and it's done, it's gone. You know what I mean? I'm not like, we gotta get some more. Oh man, gotta get some more, bro. I love watching the sun rise. No, man, I'm disgusted with myself. I hate myself. I want to go to bed. And I'm glad my house is clean, but I want to go to fucking bed. You know, some people, I understand some people can't separate that addiction. Like, some people just have that hyper addictive personality, and I do have an addictive personality, but when it comes to stuff like that, like drugs, I know I can put that shit down real quick. Like weed, I don't want to put it down. Like, I will.
Yeah, same.
I don't, because I know it's no detriment to me. It's not hurting me. But like coke and like I've done hallucinogens and other stuff like that, and like
mushrooms in Vancouver are like a big thing here.
Yeah, they're popping off here too. Like, my buddy gets them, and I haven't had any in a while. Said he had some really nice caps not too long ago, but like, some people can't not go hard. You know what I mean? They can't not go hard. Like, I've had maybe 4 friends in the last year die of heroin overdoses.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So, like, that's
so heroin's a big thing here too, eh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Heroin's fucking knocking, and it's not funny, but it's funny because in the 90s, and in the late 80s, people were, the crack epidemic was killing a lot of black folk, right? And they were like, war on drugs, bam, let's fucking lock them up, let's not help them, let's lock them up. But now that all these white people are dying from heroin and overdosing on heroin, and, they're like, oh, it's a sickness, it's an illness, we need to help these people and treat them. No, they're no. Remember when y'all was condemning us for fucking doing crack? That we didn't put there? I don't want to go off on that tangent again, but they're now seeing the epidemic with white America, with the opioid epidemics, and it's not just, it starts with pills, and then it ends up with, heroin, and they're seeing the same thing that we saw with crack cocaine. Yeah, man, you can do coke responsibly, bro. Like, I think the last time I did coke was like fucking 6 months ago. Like, not even bullshit. No, that's 4 months ago. But like, and I haven't thought. This is like the first time I've thought about blow. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna go get any because I don't have a problem. You know what I mean? But I know people who are like, that are like always doing cocaine. Like, every time I see you partying, he's like, "What's up, bro?" You wanna go to the bathroom, man? You got a key?
Yo, the energy is live in this one.
Yeah, man. Like, and occasionally I'm like, yeah, man, just give me a couple bumps and then that's it. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not like, but I know people that are like, just fucking fiend for that shit. Girls are bad for that shit too. You'd be surprised. I don't know if you know any cokehead girls, but cokehead girls.
Luna.
Oh, look, and your ass was in love too. You was like, give me time, but yeah, she like cocaine, and whatever, whatever. I'm not knocking anybody. It's only when it becomes a problem and it's affecting your fucking, family and your life and your pockets. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's when I found out that she started doing heroin. I was like,
whoa, see, nah, I can't fuck with you after that. Like, I can't, I can't fuck with you. Dude. Put injecting shit in your arms.
Yeah, she was injecting. She wasn't just smoking it. She was just injecting it. I was like,
shit up between their toes and shit like that. Yeah. Like,
no, on a straight up train, like marks all of her arm. Like, you could like legit. You could see what Monday and Tuesday were like.
Oh my gosh, bro, that's sad. That's sad.
She's a girl that needs help for sure. Like,
it's sad, bro. It's really sad. Like, my buddy who probably, no, he's not the most recent one. Maybe he's like, maybe the second one that's a friend of mine. Dude left behind two little girls. Like, one's a newborn and fucking, but he had gotten clean, right? He had gotten clean. But then, like, fell back with the fucking wrong people and tried to do, gotten clean for like 8 months, 8, 9 months, something like that, close to a year. Grady was clean. Then he fucking fell back in with some fucking losers, and then you know they had him trying to do the same amount of heroin that he was doing before, and fucking Grady overdosed. You know what I mean? Grady was a great guy. He was a great guy. You know what I mean? It was a fucking. I remember we skipped school one time. We were all smoking blunt between the buses. And the fucking resource officer came, pulled up. Grady fucking ate the blunt and took off. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he was that type of dude. He was a great guy, man. Like, you have you fucking his stitches. But, you know, that heroin shit is another beast. Similar to that crack shit. You know, these guys can't put that shit
changes,
down,
you
man.
know?
Yeah. They say it's like, you know, heroin and crack. But never tried it. I'm not doing that shit. That shit's for the birds. That's not for me.
It's for the birds.
Exactly. It's not for me, bro. Like, you know? Not for me.
No, fuck that.
Mm-mm.
Like, I have like an addictive personality. Like, I smoke cigarettes.
Yeah.
So I know I have that.
One or two. I usually try to use my vape, but I'll buy a pack here and there.
Oh, I lost my vape. Like, I left it at the studio and I left it outside of the office, and it was gone. So like, I got pissed. So been buying cigarette packs and stuff like that. But like, I'm a heavy smoker, so like, it used to be a pack a day, but now it's like, I'm back down to half a pack a day. So it's like, it's nice to like cut down.
Good man, because you know that shit. As a person who smokes, that shit's killing us, man. It's killing us.
Yeah, it is.
It's killing us.
I've been smoking for the last 13 years, so like.
Oh man, damn man. Yeah, I didn't pick up my. It's weird. I'm 33. I didn't pick up my first cigarette till I was like 22.
I picked it up when I was like, yeah.
Like,
13 years. Yeah, about 12 years old. 12 years old. I was, yeah.
See, and that's crazy, man. Like I actually know a lot of people who started smoking that early, but like me, I just didn't. I didn't have any. Like my mom smoked for a long time, and I just didn't have any real interest in it. Like I think I may have tried a cigarette one time, but I was always into sports and stuff like that, so I was like, I don't know if I can do that. I didn't really. I think the first time I might have smoked weed was maybe like 16, 17, and obviously fell in love with that shit. You know.
Yeah.
I was introduced to it by my older brothers and then some friends, but fell in love with it. But I also didn't like dive so deep into it until I got older, you know, until I took the reins of my own life, you know. And then, you know, I was doing pills, you know, I didn't go crazy, but I was doing pills and putting stuff up my nose just for the fuck of it, you know. I would fucking do anything. Give me a Klonopin, give me a fucking Perks, give me anything. I'll fucking put that shit right on my nose, and you'd be like, "Damn, champ," you know, and I'd be like, "Yeah, man, let's do it," you know. But I never got that bad, you know what I mean? I could definitely say no for sure, or I'm done.
Okay.
You know, I don't want anymore.
Okay. Yeah.
Some people are like, you're fucking doing that shit all night, and they're like, "Give me more." You know, okay.
Yeah.
No, bro. No.
For me, it's like I have the same thing with alcohol. Like I don't understand how people could keep drinking. I could keep smoking, right? Like I could understand. Like I could smoke all day, but like when it comes to drinking, like it's a different type of intoxication. Like it's different.
Yeah. I'll binge drink once in a while. Like, you know, I think we all will go out and get hammered once in a while.
Oh, like, for sure. No, yeah.
But I do have. I will say I was talking about my father. He is an alcoholic, but like one of those high functioning ones. Like, you know what I mean? My dad's had a great job for a long time. But when he comes home, this is what I've maybe seen my dad drunk 3 times in my life. Like, not even shit, like 3 times. But, you know, since I've been an adult, I know that my dad is an alcoholic. But he's one of those high functioning ones. So he comes home after work all day, and he has like his little one or two of those tall boys, like a 24, 25 ounce can, and like a glass of red wine or like a glass of like something brown, and that's it. He doesn't get crazy, he doesn't get loud and boisterous, he just has his drinks and goes to bed, you know. And he's always done that, and you know, alcoholism is hereditary, and I see sparks of it in myself, because like sometimes I'm like, you know, like I want a beer, you know, and it's out of nowhere. And maybe that's just being a dude, because sometimes we just want a beer, you know. But sometimes I will fucking sit. If I buy a 12-pack, I can sit and drink that whole 12-pack, you know. But I don't do it often. I don't remember the last time I had a 12-pack. Yesterday I had a tall boy, you know, and fucking went to sleep after it. But, you know, again, I can tell myself no. I can go without. I definitely can go without. So, you know, just gotta be careful, especially with alcohol, because it's, you know, I don't know the legal age for alcohol there is for you. It's probably what, like.
Oh, in Montreal it was 18.
Yeah, see, you know, we're still on this 21 shit, you know. I think if kids were introduced to it earlier, it sounds bad, but I think if they were introduced to it earlier, they wouldn't become alcoholics as adults. You know, because they
I agree.
discover it and they're like, they
Because they
discover
have
it.
the time to experiment, right? Like,
Exactly,
you're in
exactly.
school, like, what is there to do? Fail and then restart? Okay, cool. That's what you do
Yeah,
anyways. The next year is the same material, but just longer.
exactly. And
So,
they're, I don't know. Other countries do it, like, and they're not fucking they have half the problems we have.
yeah.
But no, you can't fucking. You can join the goddamn army and fight and die for your country at 17, but you can't fucking have a beer with your fucking sergeant. You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking stupid. Country's
Yeah, that's
ass
actually
backwards, bro.
retarded.
Our country is ass backwards, bro. It's bass backwards, I would say. Okay. Stupid shit, literally. And the age to buy cigarettes just went up. Like, you can't buy cigarettes now till 21.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, or vape products because kids are fucking vaping, and what the fuck ever. And they try to make people that sound like people, millions of kids are dying a year from vape. No, they're fucking not. Shut the fuck up. The people that are like dying from vape or like having issues from like vaping are people who never smoked before, right? So
Yeah,
their lungs
yeah.
are still fresh, and sure, it's maybe causing a detriment to those fresh lungs that are not already coated with tar or something that, we've already been smoking. So they may have a respiratory issue. Sometimes those people have real fucking issues, like respiratory issues that are just inflamed by smoking vape. Like,
Hmm.
don't fucking lie to people, man. I fucking hate the way this shit works, bro.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid.
No bullshit, bro.
It's all about politics, really.
Yeah, politics and money.
Hmm.
Politics and money, like, it ruins everything. It ruins friendships. It ruins fucking, everything. Everything good that politics and money, and religion, to be honest, that they touch, like, kind of taint stuff. I think, I'm not, I don't want to like sit here and bash religion as I sit on YouTube streaming, but you know, I don't know. God damn, I might as well stay up for this fucking store reset. Fuck. So I was gonna go fucking lay down, but I was gonna
I was about to go lay down too, and I was like, you know what, this conversation's too good.
yeah, man, like, it's rare. It's rare that you can have, especially over, you know, game network. You can have fucking adult conversations. It's usually about some fucking smooth brains or some fucking silly shit. Yeah. And, that shit's fun too. That shit, obviously,
No,
it's
it's
just fun.
fun. No,
You have a
it's
fucking
nice to have a
blast, but
balance, you
yeah,
know?
but sometimes you gotta fucking expand that muscle, man. Like, you don't just fucking. Mm. God damn, 63 Colossus is in here. God damn. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Of course, I would be the highest one in this fucking lobby. God damn it. I hate fucking randos.
Randos.
Yeah.
Blueberries.
Yeah. Good blueberries, man.
But yeah, anyways, I broke up with that girl. Fuck that, because she I like texted her, said, "Oh, yo, I forgot my shit. Like, I'm gonna go home back to my parents, sleep there, cause like, if you're not gonna come home, like, I'm not just gonna stay here to play video games. Like, I'd rather just go
Yeah.
home and sleep."
Fuck yeah.
So, yeah, oh, she's like, "Okay, cool, no problem." So I tell her when I get home, "All right, cool, good night." And then my instincts just kept me awake. Couldn't go
Yeah.
to sleep, whatever. And then I was like, there's something wrong. And then I realized that I forgot my wallet and my because I have spacers now. I stretched out my ears, so like I
Oh,
forgot my
okay.
plugs at her place.
Sure,
And I
yeah.
was like, shit, like I don't want my ears to be all irritated the next morning, like.
Mm-hmm.
Because if for my body, like if I leave it out for more than 24 hours, like my body's gonna reject it. It's either gonna tear, it's gonna like
Okay.
get infected or something. So yeah, because it'll shrink too much. Because right now I'm at 25 millimeter, which is basically an inch.
Sure, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, so I made my way back. I didn't tell her I was on my way back, but I was like, okay, whatever. But the coincidence, as I say, I don't believe in it. I back up my car into the driveway, and then as I park, I get a text saying from her, legit, like I thought it was like I was dreaming or something, because I was like, there's no way, like it must be the wrong time or something, I don't know. And it said that like legit now
Yeah.
I'm home. I'm like, okay, so like I didn't reply to her,
Mm-hmm.
and I just waited in the driveway thinking like, oh, she's just gonna show up around the corner. 40
Yeah.
minutes go by, nothing. So I text her like, oh hey, like I'm just picking up my stuff at the house, like at the apartment, whatever.
Yeah.
She says, oh okay, like no problem. I'm like, but you're not home. Where are you? And she's like, oh, I just went out for a drive. I decided to like not go home.
Hmm.
I just didn't stop. And I was like, well, I didn't see your car because I was actually outside. And she's like,
I've been here, bitch. Like, you fucking lying hooker. Like, fucking
basically,
goddamn lying
yeah,
fucking bitches, man. God, I'm so
yeah.
fucking done with whores, dude. I'm sorry, man. I'm just,
No, it's true
I
though.
try not
It's
to be
true.
a. I'm just fucking like, and they say we're dogs, man. They say we're
Yeah.
dogs, man.
And you meet
This new
dogs.
woman is a whore. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're all about this women's empowerment and this wet ass pussy shit. These women are whores, and they're teaching the
Yep.
younger girls to be whores, and it's okay to be a whore. Like, I don't think it's okay that we as men sometimes womanize women. I've been guilty of it. You know what I mean? For sure.
Mhm.
But like, I don't cheat on people. Like, I
No,
really don't. I really don't. Like, you may
I
think
don't
of
believe in
whatever you
that.
think, like, but I don't cheat on people. Like, I think I may have made a mistake once when I was younger, but I was like, like early,
Mm-mm.
but
Teens.
yeah, like, and it wasn't even like that, like, in any case, but they'll fucking lie and like just manipulate, made you think it was you did it and your fault, like, like,
Yep.
like,
Yep.
I'm just fucking, if I wasn't for being a faggot, I would fucking wouldn't deal with women, man.
Yep.
I'm not against the gays at all. I like the gays. I actually enjoy the gays.
I
They
prefer.
can
I
be fun.
actually. Yeah. They actually can be a lot more fun than
Yeah.
like most women.
Say
So.
than real people, but gays are more fun than real people, but but the gays know what I mean. I got a lot of gay friends, you know what I mean? Like, I got one gay friend, he'll fucking whoop your ass. Like, this dude will
Oh,
fuck you up.
it's funny. It's funny how like gay people are the most clean, the most fit, and like they
Yeah.
can fuck you up.
Oh yeah,
like you
yeah,
just said, like
yeah. Oh, fuck
they're
you up.
trained. They're just
Uh,
like just because they're gay doesn't mean that they're not a man. Like,
exactly. That dude still has man strength.
well,
You
yep,
know?
that is Thor right there.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Man strength, man. So, nah, but man, yeah, I'm fucking done with, like, and it's funny because, like, I'm talking to my homegirl, like, she's, like, we went to middle school and high school together, and she, white girl, well, white woman, and we're the same age, and she married, like, almost, like, right out of high school. Not right out of high school, but, like, I want to say she might have been, like, 20 when she married Davis, whatever his name is. They got a kid together. Her daughter is like the same age as my son. They're both, so they're both mixed kids. But like, it's such a weird thing. Like they're together, but like they're not on each other's like social media. Like there's very few pictures of them together, and like she talks to me a lot, like a lot. Like she is
Mm.
up late, like me, and she's absolutely beautiful. Like she really is absolutely beautiful. But I can't help but be like, I periodically am like, so you and Davis, how you guys doing? Just this, like not trying to get in the way or, but I'm like, this is weird because,
Yeah.
we
You're
haven't,
hitting me up.
yeah, you haven't, and I know she literally is, even when I don't like respond sometimes or respond later, she's just up on Facebook posting and stuff like that. I'm like, so y'all obviously don't sleep in the same bed because you're up on Facebook like all night. If my woman was up on Facebook all fucking night, I would be like, fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? The fuck, not to control, but like, we're sleeping. It's time for bed. We're in the bed. It's fucking 4:30 in the morning. What are you doing? Oh, who are you talking? You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. So it's just a weird situation, and I'm not gonna ask her about it unless she says something to me about it. But like, the way she puts it, like he's like a mama's boy, and like he doesn't stick up for her when it comes to. So she's obviously in some way or shape or form unhappy. You know what I mean? She's unhappy. She may be overall like her happiness level may be sustainable, but she ain't happy. And
Okay.
I'm not sitting here trying to like make her happy, like end your relationship with your husband. I'm not that type of guy because he might be a good guy. I don't really know him like that, but it's just odd that women do that shit. They do. They do that shit. I mean, we do it, but I'm
They
literally.
do it more in a way that like kind of like fucks you up.
Yeah, because they make it seem like harmless or like it. You know, I don't know. It's just weird, especially when you know a person. Like I know her. You know what I mean? Like we went to middle school and high school together. We know. Like, and she's not like a hoe or anything like that. But I know she does like. She dates. She dates interracial. Her kid is biracial, and like who knows who else she's talking to at night, but she you can almost guarantee it. She hit me up tonight. Just, what are you doing? We're talking about something on Facebook, and we just talked for like an hour. Nothing crazy at all, nothing sexual, nothing like that. But it's just odd, and it could just be genuinely trying to reconnect on a friend level. But it's just odd when women are like that. Maybe it's because it goes back to what I'm saying. We're not used to that type of attention. You know what I mean? Like out of nowhere. So when we get it, we're kind of like, oh, But I try not to put too much into it anymore because it's just, it can be futile. Women just toy with you, man. They just fucking toy with you.
Yep. And that's when I
Fucking toy with
realized
you,
that
man.
money is way more important because that's how the world works.
Yeah, you're right. You're definitely right.
I'm
You're
not trying to
definitely
bash on relationships and stuff like that, but like
No,
if it works
no.
out for you, good for you. You know what I
No,
mean?
but you're right, man. You're right. Money is more about, and more important, and it sucks to be like, yeah, money is more important, but it is. It is than trying to fucking get it wet, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Stinks. Stinks it is,
So at 4 a.m., packed up all my shit. I even sent her all video messages explaining why, cause like we spent a day, like just like well an evening, like a good 3
Hashing that
hours,
shit out.
hashing it out,
Mm-hmm.
making amends. Like she's like, oh, I want you to clean up more. I'm like, okay, cool. I'll clean up more. I need you to talk to me, to tell me what I need to do because if I don't do it and if I fall off for one day, I want to like be shook and awake to say, hey, like, is everything okay? Like, you know what I mean? Like, can you do it? I'm like,
Exactly.
just tap in. And she's like, okay, good, great. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll make the improvement. Legitimately, first 12 hours, I was cleaning the dishes, putting the laundry away, like cleaning everything, like taking care of the place. And then it took her legitimately another like basically total of 24 hours later to lie to me of where she was,
Mm-hmm.
and then at 4 a.m. told her exactly what I just told you, and then dumped her,
Yeah.
and then sent those videos to our mutual friend
Yeah.
that
Yep.
we both hang out. I'm like, I'm not trying to change your opinion about your friend, but I want you to know about your real friend, who is me,
Mm-hmm.
what what I'm going through is
Yeah,
real.
exactly.
So
Exactly.
here's the evidence. I went to the stove. I'm like, it's 4 a.m. She's not here. She said she would be here. Here's screenshots. Here are video footages of how she acts. You could take this as, oh, you're just bashing on her because you're upset. Or you could just take this as actual evidence that she is not the person that you think she is.
Fucking dirtbags. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dirtbag. So then I sent
Chicks can
that.
be dirtbags too. People forget that.
Yeah. And then I sent that to my boy, and then right away he's like, wow, holy shit. Like, this is insane.
That's absolutely ridiculous. You know, it's a shame. Damn shame.
Yeah, and then after that, I was just so scot-free that, like, I just got unattracted to, now I'm in the studio, so, like, I'm surrounded by attractive women all the time, but, like, there's this one Russian girl, she's a dancer, she's a phenomenal body, and I'm a studio tech, and
Yeah.
sushi came in, so, yo, sushi's coming in, like, I'm hitting that, like, you don't get on my way kind of thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, right away, she's vibing, she's a little tipsy, she's having her fun, she smoked weed, a little bit of weed, she's doing her thing, she's dancing, and I go up to the sushi, and she looks at me, I'm like, because I come outside, I'm like, it's a big platter, it's like, $500 platter, right?
Oh yeah.
And I go outside, I'm like, oh, and she's like, and she
jealous.
points at herself, and she's like, me? I'm like, no, fuck you. I want the sushi because that's something I can eat tonight.
Yeah,
and I started
exactly.
eating it, and then she's like, oh, she was like so like, just in like disbelief of like, wow, like, not even him, I can't even get him to like come after me, and like, he doesn't even want to eat me. He just told me he doesn't want to. He just wants to eat the sushi. That made her more attractive to me. I was like, yo, I'm not about these games. Like, look, I'm a studio tech. I'm just trying to make the show run. Like, if you can't deal with that, like, that's your problem. Like, I'm not here to make friends. Like, I'm here for money. And then she just got more attracted to me. I was like, no, this is not what I want. Like, just because I'm mysterious and I'm hard to get doesn't mean that I want you.
Yeah. Yep, and that's the problem with those chicks, like, because they know they're beautiful, they know they're hot, and they know that they can be like, oh, you want this pussy? You can't get this pussy, though. You know you want this pussy. I know you want this pussy. You gonna get this? No, you ain't gonna get this pussy. You know, and they play with you like that, and you know, they know that they could, you know, even if they like you or physically, you know, or are attracted to you, they'll still play with you. They'll still toy with you. They'll still fucking, you know, I don't know. I've known a lot of women. I've known some good women. You know, I've lost some good women because I'm an idiot. You know, we all do that shit in a way, or for, you know. But I've also, again, got rid of some douchebags and, you know, had my feelings hurt and learned a lesson, and you know, I won't be played again. I won't be played again. I'll be single forever before I get played again.
No, for sure.
But, you know, and same thing for like getting married. I don't really see myself, like I saw myself marrying her. Like, we were engaged, like, and she won't give me my ring back. Like, but so she's like holding on to it. Like, she got like clothes of mine and stuff like that. Like, the other night she sent me a picture of wearing my shirt. Like, don't keep playing with me. Don't be a bitch to me and then disappear for 3 days and do whatever you're doing. But, you know, and then, you know, send me a message when you're drunk, because that's her thing. Obviously, like I said, she's British, so she can drink a lot of guys under the table. Not that she just, you know, she needs to get her shit sorted out. All right, and you know, she'll send me an angry text when she's drunk, right? And she knows that what she says is fucked up, right? And so she won't say anything to me for like 2 days, like hoping that like I won't, like, you know, say anything about it. And lately here, I just ain't been saying shit. You know, you can go on your little tirades, just go for it. I'm not trying to entertain it. You know, if you want to talk about something real and something positive, then we can talk about that. But if you just want to fucking call me and fucking try to berate me or call me names, you know, I'm not going to deal with that. I'm just not going to deal with that. And that's what I mean by toxic. You know what I mean? Like, somebody that can love you so much, or, you know, you have so much love for, you know, could literally just be so ugly to you at sometimes. You know,
Like, I've actually got unattracted to women based on their personality. I'm like, wow, your physical attributes have no correlation to your personality,
yeah,
and that makes your physical being even more uglier
yeah,
than your actual personality.
yep, mm-hmm. Yep,
Like, it converts
you
everything.
would be an 8 or a 9, but now you're like a 5 because you're fucking.
Well, you're being generous. Like,
Yeah, I am. I am being generous. I'm too, and that's my problem. I'm too nice. I let people get away with shit. You know what I mean? Like, I give people more passes than they give me. You know, but that's me. That's the fault in my stars, and I gotta deal with that. You know, but. Doesn't mean I'm gonna change so much. You know, I'm gonna be more cautious and more guarded, but which is gonna be good for me, I think, because I'm too friendly, I'm too nice. You know, I don't know. Don't want to be a dick. I don't like being a douchebag because I can be a douchebag. You know, I just don't,
oh yeah,
I don't want to be. I really don't want to.
It's. I think the like. One of the biggest superpowers that humans actually have is either patience or the other one. I just lost I just lost it.
Sure, yeah.
It's like related to what you were saying just now.
Like ruthlessness. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
You know, like, I don't know if that's a great word, but yeah, like, you know, the savagery, what we call the shit now. You know, and I don't have the the innate being a savage to people. I can't do that. I can't like willingly, knowingly just straight up fucking hurt somebody like purposely. Now if I hurt you, it's genuinely either because you've hurt me and now it's time and I'm done with you at that point. Now it's time for me to try and feel better and I'm gonna get something, or I literally did something stupid and didn't realize. But it wouldn't be like stepping out on you. It wouldn't be cheating on you. It wouldn't be something like that. You know, it'd be me saying something dumb, or you know what I mean, like maybe misunderstanding, or you know. But as far as like intentionally hurting your feelings, like, you know, and she intentionally hurts my feelings, like intentionally. And I can't do it anymore. Like, purposely hurts my feelings. You know.
No, I can't deal with people that like could like. Because when I was crossing over Canada, this is kind of off topic, but like somewhat related. But like when I was crossing over Canada, like there's all these small like towns. Like there's gonna be sections of like these like small towns, and then you're 3 hours away from every other small town that has like 1,500, 2,000 people. And like when I finally got to Vancouver, like my biggest question I've ever had was like, for everybody that I could have seen or have seen in those populations and around Canada, like in those like cities, towns, whatever, like my biggest question is like, what is the first thing you would YouTube, like from your perspective of like your life, like where you live, what you've been taught and everything, like what is the first thought of a YouTube search, you know? And that always got me an idea of like trying to give me like putting my shoes in people's like my feet in people's shoes.
What you would do, I think, to me, I start with the people. Literally start with the people and faces. You know, because faces tell you a lot about how people are living. You know what I mean? You know, everybody in the town. You know, if you come across, you know, smiling faces, or you know, like, you know, a bunch of fucking dirty face motherfuckers, you know, you're like, oh, this is a coal mining town and they're really poor. Oh, okay, that's why everyone's dirty. You know what I mean? Like, it's a simple example, but you know, you can derive a lot from that. You know. If everybody's dressed nicely and smiling, and you know, like, you see people on the street walking and behaving cordially towards each other, you know, that means there's a good, you know, feeling in that town. If you see people are like, you know, you see groups of people who are like all alike, you know what I mean, like, you know, there's a group of white people here and there's a group of black people here, that tells you there's some form of division in that town. You know what I mean? You know, it's just, you can glean a lot from like just people and then groups of people, how we react with one another. You know, I don't know. Because me personally, I don't like being anywhere there's all black people, and I don't like being anywhere there's all white people. I don't feel comfortable either. You know,
Mhm.
you would think that, you know, oh, you should feel comfortable, you know, where there's all black people. No, because I'm not really hood. You know what I mean? And they know that, and they know that. You know what I mean? They know when you're not really hood. They'll fuck with you. They won't always fuck with you like they would if you were like a white dude, but you know they'll fuck with you. Trust me, I've gotten fucked with, but you know, you have to fuck with me hard for me to be upset. You better follow
Yeah.
through, you know. But
Yeah,
you
for
know,
sure.
because you know the thing with black people is, if you're in a place like same thing with like again, I don't go anywhere that's like all black or all white. So that means bars, clubs, restaurants. You know, it's got to be a mix for me because I like people. I like different types of people. So if I go in a place and I'm there for 30 minutes and I'm not seeing anybody that's like, you know, let's say I say that I know that this is a black spot, right? And there's no white people in there. I'm not gonna hang out because one, if white people don't feel comfortable coming in there, then that's one that's not cool. You know, it's exclusion. Even though you know there are places that we don't go and it's exclusion, but black people sometimes, you know, you'll be like, damn, one of these motherfuckers in here are gonna start acting up. You know what I mean? Some shit's gonna pop off. But the same shit
Mhm.
happens in white spots. I've seen white boys go to fucking fighting and throwing bottles and shit like that. So, you know, it's I don't feel comfortable in a room full of you know, one color of folk. You know, that's just me personally. As a black guy, I just don't like to go to an all black spot or an all white spot. You know, my family's different. You know, you know, my family's different. So my family's kind of like multicultural anyway, like colors anyway. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know. Who's
Like
talking, man?
it's just like I don't get it like how white people like could walk around and not see it.
Yeah,
Like how do you fucking how blind are you?
yeah,
Like how do you know like if you could tell the difference between the color blue and red, then you should fucking be able to see this shit too.
yeah.
Like
The bias and how wrong it is, you know, and you know half of it is they don't want to see it. They don't want to, you know, admit that you know people are treated differently. And you know, again, I keep saying that I don't treat anybody differently, white or black. You know, I got biracial kids, more white friends than black. You know what I mean? But
mhm.
you know, those people who don't want to speak up or don't want to rock the boat or don't want to be, and another thing is they don't want to be seen, even if they feel like, oh man, my buddy Mike, he's going through it, man. I really, you know, I can't relate to his his actual experience. um but you know, I may, you know, get offer him my advice, right? But he also doesn't want to seem like that in front of people who don't feel like that. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't want to seem like an ally when those people, his people, if you will, other white people that he's around on a daily basis, don't feel like that. They feel how they feel. You know what I mean? They just don't want to be seen in that light as an ally, if you will. You know, I don't know. It's just an ugly situation, and I wish people just on both sides weren't so ugly. You know, I you know, race baiters is right for sure. Race
Mhm.
baiters is right. You know, but we just need to talk more. We just need to
Yeah.
freaking talk more. You know, we've been
Mhm.
really talking for like three hours or so. You know, people just
Yeah.
need to talk more, man. Like and like listen. Nobody listens to each other.
No,
You
no
know,
one
just
see, no one has patience. Videos are becoming like so short to the point that, um, Snapchat like
yeah,
had
TikTok.
to,
Like you know,
TikTok, like all this stuff, like it's a maximum of a minute.
yep.
Like
Mhm.
that's the attention span that we have, and like you're wondering why so many people are so aggressive is because they have no patience. They have no sense of patience because they're just like, oh, I just want to skip the ad. I just want to skip the ad. Like,
Yep.
I don't want to wait this 5 seconds. It's like KO. Like, do
Yep.
you realize how fast 14 seconds really is?
Yeah. Yep.
Like, just wait for, like, you could just put on the ad and do something for 14 seconds. You know what you could do? You probably brush your teeth.
Yeah.
You know?
That's us, man. That's
Your
us
slimy
humans,
ass.
man. That's us humans, man. What the fuck, man? Ad? I gotta wait. If
I have
anything,
to
you're getting
wait.
fucking, yeah, I gotta wait for something. Instant gratification is a bitch, and we're all fucking, technology has spoiled us, and, it's great. It's great. It advances civilization. It's great, but people forget that, like, simple things like a fork. A fork is technology. Because at some point, we were fucking eating with our fucking paws. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. People just forget that where we come from. Where we're so lazy and complacent and we're fucking greedy and, selfish and, nobody thinks about anybody else anymore. Like, nobody. And you try to, but it always comes back to, takes a sharp U-turn back to yourself. Like, because you're like, well, how's that going to affect me? What's that going to do for me? It's a shame. We're all guilty of it. But I think we really just need to listen to each other more and, like, realize that we don't all walk the same steps at
Yep.
all. Nobody. We may have similar experiences, like your example before. It wasn't the exact same example, but we could relate because it is the same. You know what I mean? Like, we could relate. It's applicable to each other. It's just,
Like, the intensity is completely different,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
But, like, it's something that, like, you could relate to, like you said.
yeah, yeah.
And most people just don't get that. It's
No,
like it's like just knowing your own place just kind of makes you just a better human being for
yeah,
yourself and for society.
yeah. They don't wanna. Those people don't wanna listen to that shit, man. They don't wanna. There is a side, people like to say, oh, liberals and conservatives and, Republicans, but there is a side that is, there is a side that's more willing to listen than the other. You know what I mean? Like, there's one side that doesn't want to hear what you have to say. And we all know what side that is, you know what I mean? I'm sorry, it is what it is, but there's one side that just thinks that they know best, and they
Yeah.
know what's best for everyone, and, they are the best. We're number one. You know what I mean? Like, it's that crowd.
Yep.
It's that crowd, and they forget that. What time is it? What time is it? 15 minutes.
Morning.
Yeah, I know. 15 minutes before this store resets, and I'm gonna fucking buy my armor. I'm going to fucking bed.
Okay, I'm gonna start downloading Anthem, and then
Yeah,
I'm
man.
just gonna fucking head to bed, and
Yeah,
I'll play
bro.
tomorrow.
Yeah, man, just message me, let FaZe know. I'm sure he'll be around, and then, send me a
Yeah.
message or whatever. I'm sure I'll be
For
around.
sure.
It's a Friday? Yeah. I wish I had a life. I'd go out and do something, but probably safer to be inside right now anyway.
Honestly, just stay safe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stay with family. Just enjoy enjoy the ugly blessing that we were given.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Definitely right. Definitely right.
All right, man.
You have a good night, man. I'll holler at you tomorrow, I guess. I'll be around.
Sounds good.
Have a good night, man.
All right, night.
Whoa. Hey.